Alright, so once again, I'm live coming in. Labor Day weekend, as they say, I guess, right? Sounds nice. Sounds nice. I guess things are right up in the world, I guess. I don't know. A lot of things going on, though. People, just don't seem to get what's going on. But hey, so it's very interesting. So I got a very interesting take on this thing. With these are called ghost jobs. And ghost jobs are basically jobs that are posted, but they may not exist in reality, right? Or it could be up there for future um, job listings. Basically, a way for a company to check out there what they really have, right? So it's interesting. Um, but that's what's going on. Um, you can look up ghost jobs, but I mean, people got to understand that these are there's a lot of things going on, and people need to really know and seize the moment. Seize the moment, understand the circumstance. So when you look at these jobs, you need to pay attention and know that they may not be the employer that's really do. I mean, they got to play in it, but it's like more so like, how does this really work? So I'm not sure how you think this really works, but let's pull up another article here. Also, as a football player for the 49ers that was shot over the weekend. Um, it's very interesting how that went down. A Wells Fargo worker was found dead in her cubicle. and so forth and like. So a lot of things to talk about. Um, so let's do that. Let's find that thing about the Wells Fargo thing. Let's find that out. What's up, man?
Yo, damn.
All right, let me. Yeah, Frank, I'm on. I just want to get this out of the way real quick, show you a couple things. We won't be on too long. I'm just going to show you all the stuff that's been going on in the last week. So pay attention and watch this. Won't you hear this? You think it might be a psyop, but hey.
Tonight in a bizarre story that has grabbed worldwide attention, a Wells Fargo employee found dead at her desk in Tempe 4 days after she badged in. Tonight, we continue to hear from people who work there, wondering how it could have taken so long to find the woman. 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham continues her reporting on this tragic story tonight, hearing from workers who are raising new concerns.
Employees sharing these images of a Wells Fargo third floor where a coworker's body was found at a desk 4 days after showing up for work.
It didn't surprise me, unfortunately, and to hear like somebody's just sitting at their desk, nobody's checking on them.
Tempe police have identified the woman as 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme. Sources who work at that Wells Fargo telling 12 News Prudhomme was found on the third floor of the office building near Washington Street and Priest Drive.
Monday we came to work and they were reporting of a smell.
This person, who spoke with us anonymously over fear of retaliation, didn't know Prudhomme, but says she was found in a remote part of the building. They say with employees working from home, it's unclear how many were on the third floor at the time of death. Still, 4 days went by before Prudhomme was found. It's hard for coworkers to believe.
It really blows my mind that no one's seen this woman. The way that these offices are set up, somebody had to have walked past her.
Multiple sources also telling 12 News there's concern about how the area was cleaned up, claiming a professional cleaning crew was never called in to help.
To know that I work in this building and to know that this is a company that I, like working at, and to know that this is how they handle things is not right.
Wells Fargo releasing a new statement saying, in part, we are deeply saddened by the loss of our colleague Denise. We are in contact with her family to ensure they are well supported during this difficult time. A cause of death is still pending. Tempe police denying 12 News' request for an interview, saying they have so far released everything they can in regards to this case. Jake.
Well. What do you think about that, Frank?
What? How come the dude didn't why do you want? I'm like, he talking about fear of retaliation. If they retaliate against you, you sue them. And this is like and he, I don't know. That just didn't. He talking about he even see somebody would have said something.
Meet John Doe. He's in his
set up. How come nobody didn't say nothing to see nothing? They don't have janitors. They don't have. Who's the janitor?
Well, Frank, if you go back and listen, they did say one thing. It's a hybrid schedule. A lot of people working from home. So yeah. So that is possible with a lot of people working from home, that you could have people not realize that because they don't know how many people working on the floor. Because I have a friend of mine that works at Wells Fargo corporate office, and some of them go in the office and some of them stay at home. It's where they are certain, and sometimes they do it like 2 days here, 3 days there, whatever the case. They might go in for a team meeting. But what I'm saying is, with the way that work schedule in there, it is possible. But that for to be dead 4 days and nobody walking that third floor, that is very concerning. How you doing, Shaq?
But just like Shaq said, you know what I mean? What about the rigor mortis smell? Don't it set in like less than a day, like 12 hours?
When my friend died and I had to make sure I got that body out of here so quick.
Right. But see, nobody didn't smell nothing and within that, and he said
they thought it was plumbing, man.
Interesting. Damn.
No.
So nobody worked. I'm confused.
But she was locked in the office?
That's what I'm saying. She had
third floor.
She had on cube.
I'm saying, but these floors is open, or these floors open, or like you say, you got to enter a door from the hallway into these particular offices? Or it's like an open, what's the name?
They didn't really
floor
say
plan.
Because go ahead.
Bro, I worked in security in the high rises and nigga, you gotta walk through these buildings, bro. Plus housekeeping, gotta walk through these buildings, do housekeeping, clean up. Especially people left in office and stuff like that. You check and make sure the office doors is locked. If they ain't, I mean, if they unlocked or locked, or somebody got left a desk lights on or left their office lights on and shit. They ain't got no security in the building overnight.
They didn't say that. I know they didn't say that.
What was the hours she worked?
Now I do think that's what I need to know.
What's the hours she worked? And what's the schedule? Was it 8 hours?
Yeah.
4 hours?
I find it mighty funny. It's in Arizona though. Just saying. That was in Tempe, Arizona, yo.
Arizona.
Yeah.
What was her nationality?
Good question.
She had a weird name, Perdue, something's weird last name.
I can got a picture of the lady, right?
They don't show the picture.
You said Perdue.
Perdue or something, Denise or something. But look, the guy who was speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said that they had him on speaker, but he said that he didn't want to reveal his name due to fear of retaliation. I'm like, somebody died. What are they gonna retaliate you for?
That was weird, dude. That's what I just said. That's what I just brought up. Like, what does he mean, retaliation? They wouldn't know who you are, dude. Like, because he sounds like no offense on him, but he sounds like a gay Latino dude. So so they were
I'm telling you, man. Oh, okay.
He did kind of sound like that.
So what do we?
Fear of retaliation meaning it could be illegal working?
You know what? That's a good question.
Because I worked, like I told you, I worked in security. I worked in a professional setting, like I said, high rises, you know what I'm saying, different buildings, tall buildings, office buildings. And you do your rounds on these floors. You go up and do your rounds on these floors. You actually walk through how the walk plan is. So like I said, some of them have doors from the hallway that you got to open up and come in. Some of them is the open floor plan where you walk in and walk through and walk out, come out the other side like a U, out the other end and go down the back hallway. You walk in the front hallway, you know, walk through that particular floor, you know. And then when you come out the other side, just like walking in the classroom, then you walk through a classroom. They might have a back door. You walk through the back door and go to the next. You mean tell me security don't sweep the fucking goddamn building? Housekeeping don't do housekeeping. They don't come in. You know what I mean?
No security camera.
Wait a minute, Jack. Don't forget, it's Labor Day weekend. A lot of Canada and stuff are going on strike. Just letting you know.
You know what's crazy? You know what I noticed? They said
they're going on strike. They ain't working. What do you mean they're going on strike? They off already. What the fuck?
Hey, look.
Frank,
you know
what we doing?
You know what I noticed? Look, I noticed when if she would have got killed, they would have had her picture all over the TV. But since she died and didn't get killed, you notice they don't have her picture. Interesting.
Now look, since we own that, I want to talk about since we own that. I want to talk about this. This is why a lot of people say, man, I've been applying and I ain't been getting hired. I want you to hear this, Shaq. This is called ghost jobs. You heard what I said, right? Meaning they don't exist. But check this out. I was reading to Frank earlier. Guess what? The employer can legally, well, there's no laws against it. I'm not gonna say legally, there's no law against it. They can leave a job posting up knowing that they're not hiring at the time, or that they not gonna, that the position or the field leave it up, which is, to me, that's deceitful practices. And there's no law against it, no way to regulate it. It's kind of crazy. It just makes the person feel bad they didn't get hired.
But isn't that false advertisement though?
Hey man, I'm gonna play it for you. You gonna let, when you hear it, you be like, what the hell?
See the integrity.
His early 20s.
You see how the integrity is being just whipped and shredded. No integrity, man. No integrity. No qualifications. When you get done, I'm gonna bring something else up too, because I think online somebody posted with as far as jobs and certain positions that can be. I'll wait till you get done playing the video and bring it. Because it ties in too.
20s and eager to jump into the workforce. He sees a job listing that looks perfect to him. So he brushes up his resume, he writes an awesome cover letter, applies, and then waits and waits. So after a month or so, he actually sees the same job posting relisted, which makes him super frustrated. John isn't alone. Many people are frustrated by applying to these kinds of jobs that seem to have no intention of hiring anyone.
If you are in the position of trying to find a new job, of course, you don't want to waste your time applying for these ghost jobs.
But it turns out all those open job postings that you see online might not even be real.
Ghost jobs are a phenomenon that have existed for a long time, but they've come to light much more in recent years, and they've become much more of a significant issue in the job market.
4 in 10 companies posted fake job listings in 2024, and 3 in 10 are currently advertising for a role that isn't real, according to a May survey from Resume Builder.
The rise of ghost job posting definitely points to a cooling in the economy. We are seeing that employers are more hesitant to make that hire, and it just points to the fact that demand for talent is slowing down.
Here's why ghost jobs are on the rise.
Ghost jobs are actually not scams. They're from real companies, but they are openings that don't actually exist. That company is not actually hiring for that role at this moment in time. They might be interested in hiring for that role in the future, or
notice they said they're not scams. What the fuck is that? You posted fake information. That is a scam.
And they saying ghost jobs is on the rise. Man, that's a misnomer within itself. Because if this ain't a job, then how the hell is it a job on the rise? They lying in your face and telling you that you the fool. See, this was saying this is the integrity. This is the loss of the integrity and the morale, right? That's going on. That's the behavior that they're allowing to happen. The mentality that you could just tell the public anything. It's fine. It's cool. As long as you put it on social media and say it out loud. Tell the people that, well, you don't see this. You didn't see a homeless man get shot in front of your face.
Not a scam, Chak. Remember, not a scam. It's not a scam. That's what he said.
Well, it is a scam. He's saying it's not a scam, but it is a scam. And it's false advertising. Well, that just shows you it's false advertising on that company then. And they need to be investigated, because now that allows me to think that you could be cooking the books. You got so many applicants come in. Man, we got to ask more questions now. So you open yourself up for more investigators. Somebody with an investigative mind just got to ask questions. Okay, so if you're falsifying that, right, and you're very sure yourself, no problem. This is not a scam. We're doing our job. We're posting, you know what I'm saying, future opportunities, right? Mm-hmm. What else are you doing? That's a misnomer, right? Misinformation. Because now we know. I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. If didn't nobody know, listen to the sound of my voice. That you know when you put your social security number on any application, anytime you fill out an application, put your social security number on there. These motherfuckers is drawing money out your goddamn state, your damn your Social Security account. The Social Security literally is a credit card. They don't tell you that. So they join these attorneys, all this. That's why they put you on a retainer and all that shit. Attorney fee. They taking that straight out of your damn Social Security account. Your trust account through the Treasury. They taking it straight out. And all these companies, that's why I said they be double dipping and triple dipping, because you putting your Social Security number down, not knowing that's your protection. You're not supposed to get that number out to nobody.
Yeah.
But see, they once again, Bernard, they tricked you and said it's okay. Oh no, you just required on your application to put your Social Security number on here. Once again.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me bring something up. I want to make it, because that's a good investigation right there too. Because see, by him saying in there, it's not a scam because these are actually real companies. So how many fake companies you got, and why the fuck did you say 40 to 30% of jobs in America is doing this? What the hell? That's a lot of companies. So you be swinging your fingers all day long to find out who these companies are doing wrong, and you go find out some of your most profitable companies that's doing this.
That's why they need to be investigated. That's why you do need a civilian over. So you need a civilian overwatch for all this stuff, man, because we cannot loan a trust if our government is allowing these entities, aka corporations, aka persons or people, right? Which is all kind of the same thing, fictitious, alias, fictitious, to operate like this. They obviously don't get a damn care about you.
Let me read this.
But you better not allow an application. You better not allow an application on the federal application, anything documents.
Let me read this.
Let me
read this right quick. I'm gonna read this. I read this to Frank earlier. Here are some ways to identify ghost jobs. Check the posting date, analyze job description. Ghost jobs are often vague or generic description. Look into the company's hiring history. Contact the company directly. Now check this out. According to May 2024 survey, which they just mentioned, Resume Builder, 4 in 10 companies posted less than 3 in 10 are currently advising for a role that is not real. While there are no laws that currently ban or regulating ghost jobs, regulating them, get this, Chak, would likely be a state law matter. Notice it's not a federal law matter. They say it would have to be done by the state. This is what they say. Yes.
I'm just saying the integrity, Frank. The morale integrity is shot, man. And they literally spit in your face and tell you that they didn't spit in your face. Oh no, that was bird piss. That's bird piss. Damn, Frank.
Well,
that's cold-blooded, ain't it?
I'm gonna let you talk about 4 more minutes, but this is very interesting because a lot of people been saying, "Man, I've been getting hired. Man, I ain't getting that. Why I can't get no?" Well, here you go. Why?
Or maybe they were hiring for it, but due to budget cuts, those roles were closed or put on hold.
A ghost job is essentially a job that remains open online and never gets filled. The occurrence of ghost jobs has increased quite dramatically over the past 5 years. We're seeing a decline in the rate of hires to job postings, and that rate has basically halved over the past 5 years. So whereas in 2019 we saw 8 hires per 10 job postings, we are now seeing 4 hires per 10 job postings, which of course is quite a dramatic drop. This is a pretty worrying development because it just softens the signal of what a job posting really means and whether there is truly a hiring intention behind that from the employer point of view.
I think we're seeing a lot of ghost jobs lately for the same reason that I think a lot of people keep their Tinder profiles up, even if they're not actively looking for a relationship. It's because we like to keep our options open for, whether it's a good or a bad thing. Companies are no different. Companies know that talent is not always available when they are ready to hire. So they want to be able to attract applications from potentially great candidates, even if they're not right now able to give that person a job.
Because of market visibility, if they are regularly listing their job openings, that will enhance a company's image, potentially showing them as a growing and thriving organization. And maybe that's a signal to investors or clients or competitors that their company is expanding.
Stop there for a minute.
Perception.
Stop there for
market
1 minute,
research.
because I want to make a point. Now you hear what they're saying, right? Are y'all understanding what they're saying?
I understand, man.
Now tell me, because everybody, we got this the big bad bully is on trial, has been convicted of what? Allegedly.
Hush money.
No. Keep going.
Or paying her off? Or sleep on a porn star?
No, pretty much lying on documents about the valuation of of this property. How is this different than what they just said, what he just said? How? If these corporations is mainly openly doing this and saying it's fine, and he's explaining how it gets them notoriety. So they're cooking their books, not necessarily cooking their book, but they're enhancing their imagery, right? And getting high marks and scores as if they are actually hiring these huh?
Should they be sued?
Hell yeah, they should be sued. Well, why they ain't in court? If it's good for the goose, it should be good for the gander. That's all the point I'm trying to make. You said the big bad wolf, right? Lied about the appraisal of his properties to gain more what? How is this different? Is he not a corporation? Gain more value.
Gain more value.
Thank you, sir. So if this is not a crime and it's not illegal, then how did they get Mr. Donald J. Trump? How did they pull him into court?
Well,
it's the same. Hey. How is this different? Ain't this the same thing?
Hey, look.
What we doing?
Now, look. I sent this to Dawson yesterday, and I think I sent this to you. Since you brought that up and you were saying that, right?
Yeah.
But that also would mean that this is about nurses are getting laid off. See, people don't know that nurses are getting laid off. They be like, oh, they always say, I got a healthcare job. Are you sure about that? I'm just asking.
I'm glad you said that. Because it's going to get... I'm going to let you finish. Bernard, you're such a smart guy. Because you tie right in. I'm going to tie right in what you're saying. I'm going to come in right what you're saying. Watch this.
Yeah, look, are you really sure about that? Because watch what they say right here. That it's going to blow your mind. Because I'm sitting there saying to myself, well, they got ghost jobs. And they say they're hiring all these nurses. Where are they? Because a lot of these hospitals are short-staffed. Or they say they're short-staffed. They might not be. They could be lying. But that's okay.
Being laid off. Somebody had to go. Remember a while ago when I was telling you guys, you have to be crazy if you believe that layoffs will only stay in the tech area. And then a lot of people were like,
Orlando, I hear what you're saying, but they're probably just going to stay in the tech.
And I said, no, you guys are crazy. They're going to spread. And I remember the medical workers coming out and telling me, Orlando, I mean, they need so many nurses. I can't see them firing nurses or medical workers. These are essential workers. Remember that?
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
The reason why I'm laughing is because I've told you guys, you cannot trust these companies. Hospitals are companies too. These are mega corporations telling you guys that, you're okay. Don't worry. We know what's happening out there, but you're insulated because you work for us. And I've told you guys over and over and over, these companies aren't loyal. And we're going to jump into it today. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And then also, guys, I have a newsletter. Check in the pinned comment and the description to sign up, and you will get valuable information. It's free. You cannot beat that. And then also, too, if you need any commercial financing or investment financing, I've been a lender for almost 20 years. I can assist you with that. That information is in the description and in the comment section. Guys, listen. I've said it over and over and over again. These companies aren't loyal. It doesn't matter what industry you work in. Remember, corporations, what are the one thing that corporations love? What is it? Money. They love money. And what will they do to get that money. Will they lay you off? You bet your bottom dollar they will. Fact. They will do it fast, but you don't have to listen to me. Let's jump right into it.
For more people and patients impacted by those sweeping layoffs and changes happening up at OHSU.
Far-reaching impacts here, and it's our Elise Hawes who brought you the initial announcement of hundreds of layoffs last night. Now we're learning more about the nurses who've lost the jobs that they love. Elise?
So the initial messaging that was coming out of the hospital was about talks of eliminating employees who had that direct contact with patients. But in reality, the nurses union says that's not what's happening.
Are you telling me the hospital is saying to themselves,
You know what? We're not going to cut the primary reason why we're here. We're not going to get rid of any nurses. We're going to make sure that our customers, our patients are getting the best possible care because guess what? We care about our patients more than our money.
You're telling me that a company is now reversing and showing you that they care more about money than patients? What? Why would a corporation do that? I mean, why would a corporation tell you one thing and then do the switcheroo on you later? I just can't. I don't understand. I don't understand. And this is, again, a reason why I tell you guys, these companies aren't loyal. They'll tell you one thing and then convince you that, oh, you're okay.
Don't worry. It's just those other guys. Those other guys that lost their job, your colleagues at another hospital. Don't worry about that because we're another system and we run our business better when all together they're colluding.
Sensational.
They don't want the other company to make all the money and they don't make money. Guys, listen to me. They don't want the other company to make all the money because they cut people and they did layoffs and then they didn't do layoffs. So they're all going to follow suit. They're all going to follow suit. I know what you're thinking.
Orlando, no, they're not. They're not going to do that. This is an isolated situation.
Let me cook. Let me cook. We're going to get there. Continue.
The Oregon Nurses Association thinks OHSU is putting profits over people.
And last year they gave out $13.8 million in executive bonuses that weren't merit-based. Just back of the napkin math, that saves a lot of jobs at OHSU. They're focusing primarily on things that drive their profits and drive the money in their bank accounts, and not in the things that actually take care of Oregonians.
Duncan Savetsky is the vice president of Oregon Nurses Association. He's also a nurse at OHSU.
We were told by upper management that there would be no patient-facing layoffs at all, and that has turned out not to be true.
What? Not true? A corporation lied to you? Somebody pushed a red alarm because I can't believe a corporation actually lied to its actual employees and told them,
hey, guess what? We are going to lay you off. We know we told you we weren't before, but now we are.
Isn't that surprising? Again, I know, listen, guys, listen. I don't want anyone to lose their job. I really don't.
Now, Chak, one thing I like about this video is he mentioned that these hospitals are corporations. He didn't say how, just call them what they are, they're corporations. Corporations, baby. They don't care about your health. They tell you to care about their line.
Sure. Well, remember I was telling you about the morale and integrity has decreased in the United States of America. Like for us, even the hiring of a lot of foreign people, whether they're legal or illegal immigrants, and not necessarily being fully equipped with English language and the dialect, and being able to pass the aptitude test, a United States English aptitude test, to be certified for some of these jobs and the positions and stuff like we had to go through all growing up. You got to fill out all these damn paperwork. You got to take these damn aptitude tests on these damn applications to work at McDonald's and shit, right? Well, it seems like they've lowered that bar for a lot of these foreigners that's coming here working, and that's all levels. That's in every field, right? Now, let's go back to the medical. We'll be talking about health field. I was looking for this chick I follow on Facebook, and I was following her page earlier. It's funny we having this conversation about these jobs and this to her. But it was a flyer she had posted on her page about phlebotomists, right? You familiar with phlebotomists, correct? Now, it was an ad. Matter of fact,
Yeah, they had those plasma capsules and shit.
okay, so right, so it was an ad she posted that this school, this institution or whatever had 4 week training for phlebotomists. How long does it train for phlebotomists? I mean, 4 week training to become a phlebotomist, certified phlebotomist. For the people who don't know what a phlebotomist is, okay. So would you please tell the people what a phlebotomist is and one of the functions and duties of a phlebotomist?
One thing about a phlebotomist, I thought the ones I know a girl, the one I thought she draw your plasma for one thing.
Well,
blood,
not
really,
just the plasma. They draw blood. Yeah, they work with like people that sticking needles in your veins. You know what I'm saying? Like say palpating for the veins, and pretty much lab techs. You know what I'm saying? Considered one of the functions is being a phlebotomist, which is like say drawing blood. You know what I'm saying, from your veins, in your either in your arm or the back of your hand. So
I tell one don't miss that vein.
On who?
Don't miss that vein.
Yeah, I mean, I actually was going to sign up for one of those. You know what I'm saying? Those little training things, these little fast track certifications that they you don't have to go to college for. You get a couple weeks. It's called palpating. When you're looking for the vein, it's one of the strong. I forgot the name of the vein, but they look for the strong vein, the strongest vein in your body, whether your arm, like I said, or behind your hand. So they can stick you in there so they can get a good stick, you know what I'm saying? So they can get a good stick, they can get a good quantum of your blood. But I brought that up because you were talking about the healthcare industry and this stuff. And it's definitely they hiring a lot of these medical assistants, which one of the training, I guess they train them in phlebotomists. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, everybody needs to be cautious now because the morale and the qualifications have lowered. Now, when they say, were we being required to be over qualified for some of these positions when we was growing up?
Probably so.
And putting applications in for some of these jobs? You said probably so, huh? I'm just saying, man, the integrity has gone, man. That's no responsibility on these corporations / companies / entities. They pretty much done went wild. They could do anything and everything now. As long as they tell, well, it's not illegal. It's not against the law. Now, question I had to ask you and Frank, what law are they talking about? They talking about corporate law? They talking about natural law? Are they talking about religious law? Business law?
Good question.
Federal law? State law? Which law are they talking about? Common law?
Well, I'm gonna say this, Chak. All rules need to be applied to this, right? And people gotta understand that, like the main saying in that video I was playing, you're not safe with these corporations because you don't know when they're gonna flip-flop on you. And what he said they do, the one thing they want is money. See, a lot of people talking about layoffs, like, how can I put it? Layoffs is we look at it like layoff bad for the employee, but layoffs is actually good for the company because they get to get profit money. Like you said, those executives got $13 billion in bonuses. Well, wait a minute. Why are you getting all this money in bonuses, but the people going? That means that was your plan the whole time. They said what they do. They use the old word. They say cutting overhead. You know the word.
Yeah, because what they do is they lay off a certain amount of workers, certain percentage of workers, and they overwork the ones that they keep. So they're getting they're getting the production, right? But the money that they was spent for those ones they laid off, you're right, they're pocketing that money now. Damn right. Now I'm not a business owner, so I can't. I'm not a business owner. I own a corporation company. You know what I'm saying? But that's a cheap way, like you just said, to cut your expenses, and you know what I mean. You just overwork the ones, or because you gotta, like I said, some of these companies, like you said, they get paid by certain work hours, right? That's accumulated, through their bookkeeping, through their what is it called, through HR, payroll and HR, yeah. So depends on what the contract is, depends on what they already, came up with what the overhead is compared to what the work hours is, and time off, all this stuff. Like I said, for certain work hours, they might be getting paid a certain percentage for certain work hours for the month or for the week or whatever. Total work hours. So if they can cut the employees by a third or something, and the ones that's there, they just overwork the ones that's there. Meaning, not necessarily they getting more hours, they're just doing more work and more. They got more job duties. They're doing 3 different job duties, 3 or 4, 5, 6 different job duties on the job.
Well, and look, let me show you something right quick. Yeah, I gotta cover one something.
Yeah.
I want to show you something because you asked me where the janitors at. Now I told you in the hotels I had going on strike, but in North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, matter of fact, where is that? That's where Duke plays. They had a bed bug in the investigation, but the bed bugs were found in this device inside of the laptop given out to the student. Not in the bed. The bed bugs were found in the laptops. Right? School is asking students to return the Chromebooks and encouraging families to inspect their homes. Well. Chak, you learned something new every day. You looking for the bed and the sheets in the hotel. Oh, it's in the laptop this time. Go. That's a new one for you, ain't it, Frank and Chak? Huh? New one, huh?
That's crazy, dude. What the fuck?
Hey, man. Somebody put them there. Ain't no bed. What the hell do a bed bug need to go on a laptop for, Chak? Somebody please help me. I don't understand. Because ain't nothing warm about no damn. Wait a minute. I had a neighbor when I lived in these apartments like 10 years ago. Maybe 11 now. Maybe more, actually. But he somewhere in there. But I had to get a freeze treatment, and I had to take all my clothes to the laundromat and spend money because the neighbor next door to me and had a whole lot of bed bugs, bro, and they were biting the shit out of my ass.
Hey, that shit ain't no joke. Hey, man, I've heard about that shit, bro. That shit ain't no joke. That shit's hard to get rid of, man. Yeah, you got that freeze treatment. That shit is expensive as a motherfucker. The heat treatment.
Well, yeah. They call it freeze, but it really heat. And as a matter of fact, and you can't even be in your apartment for 8 hours, bro, or longer actually. The guy coming in with a suit on. He coming in with a suit on and things like that.
Well, you know what? I sent a little trick. This guy was doing on Instagram. He showed a little trick when you go to these hotels and stuff. Because some hotels are some of the most biggest places where you get those bed bugs that be there, right? So he had a trick, right? Then everybody, if they can go look this up, listening. Okay, so you look at the bed sheet, right? You make sure the bed sheet, the fitted sheet is on the bed. You pull it down, make sure it's on the bed and fit it real snugly and tight, right? You take your urn, you heat your urn up, right? and you take the urn, you heat it up enough, and you take the urn, and you put it on the bed, and you hold it there, and you go around the edge corners of the bed, right? Just enough to heat that side up. Go all the way around, all the way around the edge of that mattress, top edges of that mattress, right? And pull that sheet back. And all them goddamn bed bugs, you'll see all them damn black spots coming up out that damn mattress.
Man, they were biting the hell out of it. They were biting. Hey, look. As a
Man,
matter of fact,
that shit itchy, huh?
hell yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
ain't no itch. You got bumps on your damn back.
Bro. I heard they can bite you anywhere. I heard you can bite you on your face, your head. Bro.
I ain't get bit there. I had bumps on my damn back. Hey,
That makes sense, man. That's fucked up. But they put them up.
How you doing, Dawson?
Salute.
Hey, my good brothers. All is well. I was on the line with Victor earlier because he had me watching a video about it. I sent it to y'all, the Venezuela games in Dallas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to play if you can. You got time. You play that.
I'm gonna get
so
to
they in
that.
Texas now?
Let me get to
Well, they had a particular apartment complex in Dallas because I already know they wouldn't even go down in certain parts of South Dallas and Oak Cliff. I already know that. So I don't know. Maybe y'all could Google what the name of the apartments he's talking about. Because he said you can look it up, the guy who's telling the story. But then he was doing a comparison to Houston and what happened with when we had the people from Katrina here and how people from Katrina and Houston was getting into it and how we weren't so friendly to them people from New Orleans. So he would just make a comparison. They know where to do that at, pretty much. Just put it like that. Like they know I think some of them people just play it because I know the mayor from Colorado was saying he thinks them people over here, the federal government got to exactly go play it when they. Or BJ, did you play the video?
Then for him to say that,
the mayor from Aurora.
Yeah, I ain't even play him because I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna tell you about that too. But me and Frank, we were talking about this yesterday. Let me say something. Those Venezuelans, because they talk about the Hell's Angels going there to fight.
That's what they said.
That's bullshit. The Hell's Angels a motorcycle street gang. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Now that mayor and the governor, whoever, I forget the governor's name. They got we reported on this Venezuelan thing 2 or 3 weeks ago, right here. We did. Okay. Now the news media bring it up. You gotta, if they doing this, these ain't no what I would call no quote unquote street gang. These are hired mercenaries they putting over there. Because ain't no way. I mean, what do you mean? That just means police standing down. You look.
Good point, BJ. Great point.
Come on, let's be real here.
Great point.
Didn't Barack Obama put in a blue alert law with gay police military weapons?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why would they not just go in and take them out if that's the case?
Take them out. I agree. Just take them out. I agree. Oh, you made a good point.
Covert operation they doing on these people.
Great point. Because I heard they target them, they going to certain areas. Like they only go in a particular area. And it's funny, in the video I'm talking about where it happened with Dallas, the guy talking on there, he talking about it happened in like a Section 8 housing like type of, he say, so they only go in a certain apartment complex, so to say.
That's why he said the government, because he know that the government is giving them motherfuckers weapons. Makes sense. That's what the mayor said.
Right.
Now I'm gonna play that video next. I want to bring something to you because you right that have been on here. We talked about a whole lot of things. We talked about the woman dying at the desk at Wells Fargo. That's the first thing we talked about. And the guy said that he don't want to reveal his identity due to fear of retaliation. Somebody died. I don't get that. That didn't even make sense. That just kind of
make no sense.
Okay. Then the second one we played was this thing called Ghost Jobs. Now, I mean, that's for itself. But what's happening?
that was a good video you sent me, BJ. I watched it.
Yeah, so they basically posting jobs they don't have, and they told you that these positions ain't getting only 4 of these positions out of 10 now is getting filled. It's prior to 2020, 8 to 10 is getting filled. But there's no law against it. Like they can do this as much as they want. They're looking for future stuff, and the guy said it's not a scam. Then what is it? You lying? I don't care if your company legal or not. Doesn't matter to me. And then the third video we played was the ones with the nurses getting laid off, and the guy was basically making the point that hospitals ain't really more than corporations.
I saw that with that Orlando guy.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, I saw that but I told you, BJ, they was laying off nurses. Like they've laid off some nurses at a hospital in Ohio, and I think where you at, Virginia, they laid off a lot of nurses here at Texas, Texas children. But I remember when it happened with Obama was in office, and they was cutting our hours as nurses. And like they was cutting out, I ain't gonna say they was laying us out, but you know how they try to like force you out. You know, like, okay, the census low, or this, okay, I don't care, and that's how you know it's BS, because this times I done worked on holidays, even at the county. You know, it's always busy at the county. I don't care if we had one patient, we still work the whole day. They don't want to pay you, and it's easy to do nurses and stuff like that, because guess what, y'all, we get paid hourly, right?
You're right.
Yeah, so it's the corporation's greed, yeah.
Well, he said about making money on there. He did say that.
Correct.
Now, one other thing that we were talking about, now, you got a laptop, I got a laptop, I think Frank got a laptop, and Chak got a laptop. Well, guess what, down there in North Carolina and Durham, they've been giving out laptops with bed bugs in them. I said, what the hell? Now, I said, this got to be, I just basically showed them the article. They got laptops with bed bugs in them in Durham, North Carolina. They told the students, return your Chromebooks.
Because they like heat. They like heat. So they put, you know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah, that's why they be in you know where they be at too, y'all, in your plugs. That's what happened to my neighbor. He had the bed bugs. They was coming out of his plugs in his wall because they had like heat with the electricity.
Plugs, yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, you do not want no damn bed. But I told you I had a neighbor when I used to live in the apartments like 10, 11 years ago called Chesapeake Village. And to my neighbor, he got evicted and they busted, man, it was stuff all on the walls and shit. But they had bed bugs because I was getting bit. Girl, she was like, I'm getting bit. And then I went and I called mom over there and I said, Mama, you know, I said, look, I got all these clothes. We gotta take these clothes to the dry cleaners and wash them, dry them, and then I had to call this guy, the apartment complex at the time. Now here's the thing: now you got an apartment complex, made the pay for it. You get in your house,
they can pay for it.
You gotta pay for that shit.
But nowadays they
make you. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they got that now.
Before
they got that now. Yeah, that's true.
What they call a freeze treatment or whatever. They come in there, guy coming in with the suit on, and he basically goes into all your furniture, anything you got, and basically, and you can't even be in a apartment for 8 hours or whatever. Maybe the next day. Whatever. Wow. So anybody ever get bed bugs, you got to have a certain treatment to get because you do not know where these things are.
And they'll multiply too, like a motherfucker.
You know, but you know when you start getting them bumps on your back, you know what time it is. That's why I told you, Frank, earlier, these hotels right now on Labor Day, as a matter of fact, they're port workers and hotel workers are having strikes right now. Well, that's the port, the longshoreman, that's in October, I think. But
they going on strike too? Wow.
Hotel workers, yeah. They said they want more money. Yeah. So
how they gonna play this out then? You trying to bring illegals over here for cheaper labor, because that has a lot to do with it too, y'all. Y'all already know it's already kids working at them Kellogg's factories and all them and them tire factories, and they using them kids as slave labor. Y'all know that, right? So how are you gonna do that? Because guess who majority work in the hotels? Hispanic people, right? Mexican,
Now they do,
Hispanic
yeah.
people. So they start to know they laws and they rights too. So you gonna have the same issue over and over. So what you're doing is not working because all them now they realizing. uh, 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 think about it. They know they rights when they come over here because the NGOs tell them, right? Or if you got one thing I say about their culture, if they got somebody in law and legal, they gonna stick up for their people, different groups, right? So how you gonna be able to get over on them? Don't the hotel industry has majority Hispanics, correct? Working there?
Shoot, I don't know. When I was down there in Virginia Beach last week, man, it started to be like a Pakistani Indian working in hotels too, yo. Hey, I'm just
Well,
telling
yeah,
you, yo.
they taking them. Yeah, they taking them over as far as like ownership, BJ. You right about that, but and you know they cheap and penny pinching on like to pay. They worse than them damn ching chongs.
Hey, look.
So how they gonna keep doing it? How you and so it's a video. I think I sent it to Frank where they're saying we got he was like Americans are done. We have it mixed up. It's not about Democrat or Republican. You're gonna have to go after the corporations. You see what happened with Budweiser when they did the little thing with the gay guy? You have to shut the corporations down because the corporations own the politicians. Kind of like George Carlin said, right? Once you do that, then you'll get some change. So when they hurt this, what they gonna come to the table? When they hurt these hotels and they were smart, they did it right with Labor Day. That's what we have to do. Oh, Walmart, you on that BS? We ain't fooling with you. Amazon, you on that BS? Because basically what they trying to do is monopolize everything. And the reason why they use foreigners, I learned this working in the hospital. They hire a lot of these foreign people from other countries because they figure, oh, they don't know the American way. We could just exploit them. If they decide to protest or get rowdy, we just deport them back to their country because they try not to say nothing. But then they start to realize they being worked as slaves too. And they start to leave and pull out. I'm talking about dealing with nursing because that's not no easy job, y'all. That ain't, when I say that's damn near like slave labor too. You imagine being on your feet for 12, 13, 14 hours a day.
Well, you know what? That's why I brought up. Let me ask you, Dawson. I've been in the healthcare industry. How long do you think it should take to be certified and required to be a phlebotomist, a certified phlebotomist? Just off your experience.
For you say like a nurse or a phlebotomist? What are you talking about? Which one?
Just to go to be a phlebotomist, to get certified to be a phlebotomist.
Oh, the phlebotomist to draw blood?
Yeah.
I think that's like only a 6 to 8 month course because I know a friend who took it. It's not long. It takes like 6 to 8 months. It's not long at all.
No, and that's what I was telling them. They got 4 weeks. They got these people, these companies that they come out. They can get you certified phlebotomist in 4 weeks. No, I seen it on my on one of my homegirls' page. I said, what?
What? Who?
4 weeks?
Who's doing that? Who?
No. Matter of fact, let me be there because I want to get this. I want to see what this company is. Let me go on my page. Hold on, goddamn, because I want to see. Give me a sec. I might have to come back in. Hold on.
Okay. Well, you can go look it up too, Chak, of how long it takes to be a phlebotomist. You can go on the Houston Community College website too and try to look it up. Cause my friend, she went for phlebotomy. I think her class was either 6 to 8 months. See, people keep thinking you can rush nursing, you can rush stuff in the matter. That all right?
Hey, look.
Go out there and lose your license and be in
Don't hit my
jail.
wall game.
Well, let me tell you, you're gonna end up in jail somewhere. Go harm a patient and see what happens to you. That's like attempted murder or murder.
Hey, Dawson, you can rush, but you better not hit the wrong vein, though.
There you go, BJ. Look, 4 weeks, BJ. You know, when we draw blood, we have to know the difference between the artery and the vein. What if you hit one of them arteries and the person bleed to death because you hit an artery? See, that people don't know that. You think blood? No, it is not. You better make sure you hitting the vein and not artery.
Well, Well, I'm going to play you video
Wow.
here. As a matter of fact, Dawson, by the way, over the weekend, they did have a 49ers player that was a rookie, got shot up there in San Francisco. As a matter of fact, after I play this video, I might get to him, but I got to get to our little congressional black caucus out there in California. I said, damn. And I was just telling Chak earlier, why? Okay, come on, people. Stop acting surprised. The Democratic Vice President, Kamala Harris, or whatever it is from what state? California.
California.
Knows how to party. Exactly. They know how to party. But guess what?
They know how to bullshit too. They know how to bullshit too.
Yeah, I saw that thing with Newsom, Frank. I saw that.
They did us dirty, man. Hey, look. But see, the thing is,
you dirty. No, they didn't.
No, they black.
Someone told you she ain't doing nothing for your ass. God damn.
She did, BJ. You absolutely right. You
That was
You
bullshit.
absolutely
She said, I'm not
right.
gonna do that. And that was the one time
You
Kamala
right.
Harris ain't laugh. She ain't cackle. She said, I ain't doing nothing for you. But then wait a minute, she ain't facing nothing to do with her agents. As a matter of fact, Dawson, that boy Tyrese, you sent me, that boy been on Shannon Shop, Breakfast Club. They and Tyrese is on a world
So
tour.
what I'm asking you, I was asking you and Cher, what's going on with Tyrese? Why are they putting him out here like that? That's why I was trying to ask.
The red dress on, didn't
seemed like a vote because look, what did boy say? What did Benjamin Crump said? Oh, you got to vote. How you gonna vote for the same motherfuckers that made the
Right.
What?
Man, big Crump.
Vote for the people that made the bill that you talking about. The video was about the bill.
I knew it. I
People
knew
that
it.
made the bill. There's something's wrong with us, bro. They know that we're not,
Mhm.
you know, not us, but they know a lot of our people are just slow, bro. Just slow.
Timmy,
You know what I mean?
See, and I want Tyrese these industry guys, singers and stuff, to be honest. All right, Tyrese, I'm gonna ask you a question, sir. Because I'm gonna play the video before I get off. Tyrese, since y'all so smart, why y'all talk about what happened to the main Fat Man Scoop down in Connecticut or something like that? Tell me something I might need to know. Because you might drop like that too on stage, brother. So hey, look.
Yeah.
But did nobody want to, I said that what I told you, Frank, the other day. How the hell did this shit happen up there in Connecticut? Do you even hear I'm talking about, I mentioned it, but you don't hear a lot of I hear DJs mention it. I don't hear a lot of the hip hop. I mean, where the politicians act like they want to be dealing with the rappers and stuff. Y'all ain't dealing with that. Y'all talking about the Kamala all the time. You know, I thought last year hip hop turned 50. So y'all ain't gonna talk.
They drain all that type of stuff out, BJ. They don't want.
Hey,
Wow.
man, drop down on stage. But let me play this video that you sent me just now about these so-called people running around in Dallas. These motherfuckers probably CIA, man.
Man,
you're right about that.
Of it. But guess what? Even the mayor of that place is talking about it now. But I want to skip past that. I don't want to get too far ahead. I want to talk to you about now they came to Texas. They want to take over some place in Dallas, Texas. I'm going to tell you something. You came to the right state and city because we don't play that out here. Everybody carry out here. So, yeah, I'm going to get deeper into that in just a second. But I don't know. I know some folks in Dallas. But I would say in Houston, I'm going to get into that, man. Let me get into that, man. Yeah, but you in the wrong area to try that shit. So let me go ahead and put them on the screen right quick. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, as I pull it up. Let's get it.
That these Venezuelan gangs are getting worser. I've even been hearing that there is an apartment building also in Dallas, Texas. Something similar to what has happened in Aurora, Colorado is happening with these Venezuelan gangs. I went to try to research it and look. I didn't find anything, but I think the name is called Versalles or something like that, apartments.
Yep, sis, you got it right. It's called the Versalles Apartments. No, I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't want to be labeled a racist or nothing like that, but it's getting out of control and I have to speak up. So I currently date someone who lives in these apartment buildings. And every time I go over, no matter if it's 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, people are all outside like it's the daytime. They are drinking, they are fighting, arguing, loud music to the point I don't see how anybody can sleep. How can you hear yourselves talk over that loud music? I am so confused. Why can I hear the music all the way at the end of the parking lot if you're playing it all the way at the other end? And nobody says nothing. I asked him, like, do you complain to management? He like, yeah, they don't do nothing. The Venezuelans win. I'm outnumbered. Leave, move. It's not that simple for everybody. So he just moved there less than a month ago, and he can't move because school is about to start, and he's not going to have the time to find a place before then. So he's stuck living here until next semester. In the
See, the guy he talking about, he must not know anybody. He don't know any people that people would consider to be undesirable elements of society. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say it like this right here. That's Dallas. But I know if he would have came down here in some of the hoods in Houston, it's over with. They can't do that here. Shout out to everybody from Louisiana, New Orleans, whatever. But let me tell you this story. When Katrina happened and those people had to go to different city and states and stuff, they came to Houston. And certain people from New Orleans, or whatever you want to call it, try to take over Houston. Try to take over the dope spots, take over the turfs. It was a bloodbath out here. Let me tell you. They was on the news all the time. It was like a war between New Orleans folks and Houston folks. They didn't tolerate that. It took a while, not that long, but a while before that to settle down, especially in the school districts where the kids from New Orleans and stuff, and I say New Orleans because that's what I heard about. It might be a lot more from different parts, Baton Rouge or whatever. But they came out here and they were fighting out in the school, different gangs. I mean, it was crazy for a little while. But they settled down. They started getting along with each other. I'm trying to tell you, that stuff that they're doing there, you can't do that in South Park. You can't do that in Third Ward. You can't do that in we're gonna say Acres Home. You can't do that in Cloverland. You can't do that Dead End over here in Houston. I'm telling you, there's certain things, if they were to try to come over and take over that area, those communities themselves will rise up and run their ass out of here. I'm telling you, Texas is a nation of its own. You get what I'm saying? So that ain't gonna really fly over here. I don't know about Dallas that well in that area, but in certain neighborhoods, I can tell you down here, you ain't gonna be able to. I don't care who come over here. You're not gonna be able to do that. Let's keep going.
short while he's been living there, he's had his car broken into, his apartment attempted to be broken into, he's been threatened, his packages have been stolen. It's completely rogue. And this is not the only apartment building in Dallas that they have completely taken over. So this apartment building is actually located on a street called Haverwood Lane. All down Haverwood Lane, they've completely taken over. Now, I'm not saying every Venezuelan is a gang member, but there are too many of them that are. They were fighting in the street with knives. I kid you not. Knives, guys. They will snatch your Cadillac converter off your car before you even got a chance to put on clothes and go outside. If you think I'm lying, look up these apartments, read the reviews. Look up the ones next to it, read the reviews. Look up the one down the street from there, read the reviews. Anything on Haverwood Lane, read the reviews and tell me I'm lying. And you may be asking, why these apartments in particular? I found out. All the apartments on Haverwood Lane take tax credits, meaning they participate in low-income housing programs, including but not limited to rent assistance and Section 8. So Venezuela released a lot of inmates out of prison because they couldn't afford to feed them. And a lot of them came over to the U.S. because we have open borders. Now, if they came to the U.S. to be law-abiding citizens seeking asylum, I don't have a problem with that. But the way things are going, everybody should be concerned. It might just be your doorstep next.
Now, he just gave you some verifiable facts. If you want to, do the legwork, look up those apartments like he said in that street and find out that he's lying or not. He's not. That this is slowly creeping up to where it's going to try to go all across America. Now, I got something going to make you laugh a little bit, but it's still truth. A gangbanger. Now, like, I'm saying over here, the real Crips and Bloods, we got some folks and stuff I know about, like on the north side, mostly Cuz over here, and on the south side is mostly Blood over here in Houston, but, you know, it's still some Crips scattered here and there, and some Blood scattered here and there. We even got some, Black disciples out here and stuff like that that I've met and stuff that I know about. But what I'm saying to say this, you got your gangbangers and then you got your gangbangers. You got some gangbangers, man, that try to gangbang for the glamour and the glitz and stuff. They want to be known. And some of them even get jumped in like the old school way. Just somebody like them and put them in and say, we call it clutching. We're going to clutch you in, you know what I mean? Instead of jumping you in, we're going to clutch you in. Instead of saying bless, we say clutch. You know, it's old school knowledge though, but for Crips and shit like that. So you get into this thing, right? You get into this thing And the main reason why you take a butt whooping to get jumped in is to show the set that you're willing to take an ass whooping for the set and that you're willing to give one for it. So I never understood gangs now who just like, oh, you born here, we like you, we ain't gonna give you no jumping in. But hey, to each his own. I ain't knocking, I ain't gonna disrespect you. But the real bangers, they ain't gonna let this happen. The ones who most times just get klessed in or just like, you know, I knew somebody and they all cut from it, or you just on this street, you from this street, so you automatically put in and stuff like that. If they haven't got no stripes and never did no dirt, never did no work, just got that name and title on them, they ain't gonna do nothing. But the ones who actually got some work in, stripes and stuff like that, put on them and stuff like that, are really dedicated to this, those are the ones these Venezuelan gangs gonna have a problem with. I'm telling you that right now. And it's not just gangbangers. In Houston, you got hustlers. I mean, I say hustlers, you got real dope boys, real street hood dudes who ain't gonna let you come take over anything over here. I mean, they will up that thing on you. They will hit you with them sticks. They will pull them switches and pop, 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 pop. They're gonna put it on you. So like, if I'm saying, you come to Texas with that and stay in the right neighborhood, this is not gonna happen. Now, I'm gonna show you a gangbanger who voting for Trump because the Venezuelan gangs are just too much. Hold on.
Crimes that the Venezuelan.
Sorry about that.
Chicago gangbangers are shocked at the type of crimes that the Venezuelan gang members are committing in Chicago. Check this out.
You've actually said that immigrants are responsible for a lot of the crime that's happening in Chicago right now.
Yeah, they are.
How so?
I've been saying that, right?
They walking around with machetes. It's like they trying to take I don't know what they doing, man, but they robbing people. They shooting people on the red lines. They kidnapping people. Like, they finding women in trash cans and garbage bins and shit. Like,
damn, they finding women in trash cans.
Women in trash cans and garbage bins and shit. Like, some things like you aware of that wasn't happening before they got here. Like, and due to the president, you know, the senior citizen, he a vegetable. I don't even know why he the president, but due to him trying to get a vote, trying to get in and beat Trump, he willing to do whatever to beat him. Now they getting these guys IDs, man. When illegals was able to get ID. Like, y'all getting them state IDs, who paying for this? Who paying for $9,000 for them to get a month? We ain't even getting $9,000 a month. The people who've been over here.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, man. I can't wait till Trump get in. I can't wait.
Gangbangers for Trump was not something I was expecting to hear in 2024.
Gangbangers for Trump.
Gangbangers for Trump was not something I was expecting to hear in 2024. Did y'all not know?
Yo, come on. See, the thing is, them niggas in Chicago, what y'all niggas doing? Y'all niggas weak. From when y'all been dealing with and been having problems with other Mexican gangs out there. So what the fuck is the excuse? You know what I'm saying? They got some hard Latino gangs out there, Latin Kings, all types of shit out there that's crazy, that are deep, that got fucking guns and all that too. So y'all don't have no problem going at them. But how is these niggas killing and doing all this to innocent people when y'all just like, what's good with y'all? What are y'all doing out there? All the so-called firepower and guns that y'all supposed to be having out there in Chicago, y'all not. Come on, man. When it comes down to innocent, this is what I don't get. You on the streets, whatever, okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing y'all street shit, which isn't right. But at the same time, when it comes down to innocent people, man, that's when y'all have to go for community, man. Or man, you know what I'm saying? For your neighborhood. Y'all gotta, you know what I mean? But they're not, niggas don't think like that. Niggas are selfish. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on that bullshit. And this music and a lot of this culture and society is plaguing this shit, is pushing this shit even further. But I'm just like, y'all cats. But see, I've been saying that about Chicago. That's not just, they try to make it seem like it's just black people. They try to make it seem like it's just black people doing all the crime, doing all, you know what I'm saying? Even before these migrants, these Mexican cartels are out there. There's two of them. There's multiple cartels in Chicago. The news is never going, that goes against the news' narrative to report on something like that. You just got to keep it black people. You got to make it seem like it's just brothers killing each other in Chicago. You know what I mean? Anything that splits the narrative, the news is not going to touch on. Anything that pushes their narrative, they're going to push all day, 24 hours a day. But yeah, that's crazy, man. You see,
oh shoot!
And you notice how there's no other candidate that's willing to deport these people? Why is it? How come there's no other candidate, Democrat or Republican, that's willing to get them out of here? What's going on with that?
That's a good question, Frank.
What's that all about, right?
But you made a good point, Frank. Why y'all so gangbanger? I mean, like the brother said who spoke on the video, dang, when Trump was in office, he at least was gonna send the National Guard to help people in Chicago, and they was just them banging on one another. And y'all ain't got that energy to go over there and help them people like that, unless this shit is staged. I'm
Right.
like kind of like you and BJ Frank on that, unless this is just lit. Because when you look at the video, why was it like it was some of them now walking up with guns? One had a big long gun, and it was other ones walking with no weapon in their hand but on cell phones. Who was they talking to? Who was they talking to? Y'all didn't notice that?
Whoa,
Come
bro,
on,
that's
something ain't. That's what I'm saying. Something ain't right about that situation. I don't know what's going on in Dallas, but maybe I don't know, and it could be stage 2. Are they doing that on purpose? Cause and two, Frank and BJ and Shaq and everybody listen, this could be a test run.
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to
'Cause
see
why
how
that one
people gonna
video?
react.
Why that only that one video? And why?
Correct.
So who filmed that video? Was that a camera, a hallway camera?
Well,
that
it was
somebody
on. It was a lady that they interviewed
door
on
cam?
Fox. It was on her Ring door cam, because she told the city council person about it. She released it to them because she said the police just blew her off about it, and her and the mayor got into it. The city council person and the mayor, they got into it about it. Like, okay, she submitted this video to the police. You can pull up the Fox interview, the Hispanic lady, and they didn't want to do nothing about it. She said, "Come on now, how the police don't even show up?" Now, remember what happened to my cousin them in Oakland during the Juneteenth thing? She said the police was out there the whole day. Soon as they get the packing up, the police disappear. Next thing you know, you see a swarm, a gang of people just start shooting people.
You
Mm-mm.
know what's weird?
Something is up. Something is up.
You know it is. You know what's weird in that clip? I see that couple of clips. I seen they're like, oh, the police don't come, but it's like 2 clips. I seen police cars like parked outside of the apartment. It's like, how you say the police ain't coming in his police cars in the clips? Something don't seem
Anybody
right.
ever pull up the 911 footage?
Of that.
For this next week when 911 happened, they give us a big psyops.
Well, BJ, breaking news, something happened with the Democratic motorcade or something. VP, they trying to take her out now?
Or they trying to get you.
Breaking news. Yeah.
But let me get that. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. Let me get to this thing that happened out there in California right quick, because there was a lot of tongue wrestling.
Where the legislative session is wrapping up tonight, and lawmakers are deciding the fate of bills that haven't passed yet. We're just minutes away until the California legislative session comes to a close. Both houses had fewer than 200 bills combined left to go through. Some of the bills dealing with reparations. ABC 10's Garsh Balsanga joining us live from the state capitol to explain more on this very busy day. We still see people behind you in the rotunda there, Garsh Paul.
Yeah, Luke, and this place is buzzing with anticipation to try to figure out what is the status of their bill. And we are officially less than an hour away until we find out what the results are going to be of all the bills that they haven't voted on. If it is passed, it is going to go to the Governor Newsom's office to see if he will sign or not. But if it doesn't, it is going to die on the House floor. So we're trying to figure that out. But the biggest buzz in this building were bills that weren't voted on, like funding reparations. The final hours of the California legislative session kicking into overdrive as lawmakers try to get their bills approved. On Sunday, lawmakers passed landmark bills to make amends for racism. The proposal they approved allows for the return of land or compensation to families whose property was unfairly taken by the government, and an informal apology for laws and practices that harmed Black people. But the buzz surrounding the reparation bills package was over what wasn't addressed: direct payments.
We laid the foundation that those bills are critically important to, stand up what reparations would be here in the state of California.
State Senator Stephen Bradford authored SB 1403, aims to establish the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency, while SB 1331 funds reparations. Both were not voted on.
We should have gotten it to the governor's desk. He never signaled he would veto the bill. He just said he had some concerns, as they have with many bills. So, but that doesn't mean you don't move forward with the bills, because, you know, you can fix them.
The California Legislative Black Caucus pulled the bill because it said the proposal needs more work.
The bills that pass are not reparations. An apology is not reparations.
Chris Lodgeson, a reparation activist with Coalition for Just and Equitable California.
The only bills today that even had a chance of being called reparations or could even get us to reparations are the bills that did not pass. It's one thing if we go out for a vote and we lose. Oh, all right. It's one thing if we go out for a vote, we win, and it gets to the governor's desk and the governor vetoes it.
Supporters of the reparations say they're not giving up despite the setback.
It has to happen if we're going to have meaningful reparations to the people who deserve it. We're 160 years overdue for this.
And just a few hours ago, there was a glimmer of hope that those two bills that were not heard, they would be heard, but that hope quickly evaporated. So a lot of people that were protesting here disappointed with that outcome. Now, another bill that we're keeping a close eye on is SB 1414. That would make it a felony to purchase a child for sex. That is what we're waiting on over this next hour to see how the House is going to vote. But it's going to be a long 55 minutes that are remaining to see which bill is going to pass and which one will not. Reporting live.
Hey, yo.
They'll probably vote against that one too. Weirdo.
Yeah, a little crazy.
But see, the thing is, but I think what had happened, they didn't want to the CBC sabotaged it. And I guess certain people didn't want to put it on his desk because they thought he was going to veto it. That's what I heard. But it's like, it don't matter if he's going to veto that shit or not. Put that shit on his motherfucking desk. That's not like an excuse to me. That sounds like some bullshit, some more sabotage, man. People being passive aggressive, you know what I'm saying? People getting pay off. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that?
They got their orders, man. Kamala
Muddy
told them,
match.
I sent you the blueprint the other day, man. They said, don't engage with you in meaningful policy discussions. Listen, but don't make no concrete policies.
Well, you sent that to me the other wait. You sent that to me the other day?
I thought I did. I thought I sent you like a picture. Yeah, like.
Oh yeah. That's the Nancy Pelosi said that, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't.
Yeah.
Concrete policy discussion. Just listen to them. Pat you on the head like a dog and keep moving.
Because they know, and then look, you know what? Too, they know that these cats are these stupid idiots are still gonna vote for him, man. Why if I don't have to do nothing for you, but I can still get your vote? Why do something for you? It's just that simple. You know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, it is that simple when you really think about it, isn't it? But that's how it goes.
But not neglect.
Now I'm gonna show this. But now neglect is a good policy. I just mention you, but then I don't do nothing. Hey man, all I gotta do is mention you. Now, I wasn't gonna come to this, Frank, but I gotta come to it. That's the video the thing that Chak was talking about, philosophy training. Saturday class start 9/7 through. Yeah, it starts on September 7th. Become a certified fill about in only 4 weeks. So there you go, right there. That's what Chak was talking about.
Oh shit!
Wow. Yeah, that's. I don't think that's enough time. They're gonna be blowing a lot of. They're gonna be blowing a lot of veins, ain't they? Hitting a lot of arteries.
All right, Frank, I'm gonna go ahead and come to him. I won't give him this food the time of day. Here we go, Frank. Are you ready for
Chak, you gonna say something real quick?
Yeah, I said, you gotta, like she said, it's different veins. Like, you gotta know the definitions of different veins, different techniques on how to palpate. That means find that vein. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, think about somebody
them closed veins and
dehydrated.
shit.
Yeah, rolling.
Yeah.
Man, I used to have to deal with rolling veins. I used to have to deal with people who was dehydrated. I was a good stick because I knew how to get the blood, man. Sometimes, like even on my veins, and I got good veins, and sometimes people missing. I'd be like, nope, this one right here. Or I used to ask patients where they usually get most of your blood from, and you can tell them. But 4 weeks ain't gonna teach them that.
No, they gonna teach
Or
them that
sometimes you
because
gotta heat up
I got good
the
veins.
vein. Yeah, and they mess your, don't they miss? They probably miss.
Well, shit, they couldn't miss my veins. My shit was popping, baby. They I was like a damn stick pin in the goddamn place. Everybody wanted to get it was easy to get
Oh
my
dang.
veins.
Hey,
Yeah, everybody, but they
But
was like salmon, like the
you a easy stick though.
yeah, I'm an easy stick, but like man, they was
But everybody
I'm
ain't
talking about
like that.
the trainer was damn near salivating, bro. They was like, oh my god, huh? Everybody wanted
Oh
to try
wow.
try. It was some crazy sticks.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Everybody veins ain't
I was
like
working 2
that.
jobs, you know, trying to make it to that class and stuff early after I get off, and I was falling asleep in that motherfucker. So I had to tell the instructor, hey man, I gotta drop this, baby. I can't.
Hey,
I don't want to waste your time, you know.
Waste your time and money.
Mm-hmm. Right, time, my money, and you know, a spot. Somebody else can get this spot.
Right.
They may want to get in.
Well, here go up. Here go your boy Frank. Let's
West
more.
Florida.
Yeah, that's him. Like got caught lying about his Bronze Star. Here you go.
Questions about the Bronze Star status. I just want to hit you on that real quick and let you kind of clear the air as to what happened.
Yeah, so I take full accountability for an honest mistake that was made on that.
He sound like he from California. He sound like he's from the
Application
West Coast, bro. Like out here or something.
I sent out nearly 20 years ago. The paratroopers that I led in combat, I led some of the best soldiers
I'm saying, you don't sound like
that the world has ever produced. And I'm really proud of not just what I did in combat, but I'm really proud of the work we've done to support veterans since coming back as well.
So a lot of this, and when you say it was an honest mistake, this was between you and your commanding officer, and you kind of thought that this was done, or at least your commanding officer thought that this was a done deal, right?
Yeah. My commanding officer not only nominated me, he instructed me to put it on the application, and he's actually already resubmitted the paperwork because he found out a couple of days ago. He's like, I thought you got it. So he's actually resubmitted the paperwork. But, you know, I take full accountability. It was my application. But I also know that the service that we did overseas, I'm really proud of. What we did
I
in
ain't thought you got it. You gotta have documents. You gotta have. I thought this is another one of low morale. This is another way to low morale. What a document there. I thought everything's gonna be documented. What a document that says that.
Got him again. Got him again. God damn.
Then he gonna try to throw the damn. He gonna try to throw his bus name and sergeant or something up under the bus.
Hey yo.
Because you know people gonna go look up who the sergeant was.
Show a voice right quick. Dawson, you think it was an honest mistake?
No, I mean, how is these people not being reprimanded for telling lies? Like, how are you deceiving the people? That will make me want to know as the voter, what else you done lied about?
There you go.
All right. Well, Chak, I know you don't think it's an honest mistake because you spoke for Frank. You think it was an honest mistake?
Man, that's full of hell. That dude was full of shit, man. No, because I was saying he even sound like he's not from Baltimore. That dude got a California
Man,
accent.
I told you the people got mad with Darren Muhammad for exposing this boy. They got mad with Darren for exposing this boy, man.
That motherfucker ain't from America, man. That nigga full of shit. See, look, they got just like they got this lady out there. She's a DA or something. I forget what she is. Her name's Angelique Lee, bro. You heard her from Mississippi? You heard about her?
Yeah,
she look, look. She's Filipino and Mexican, bro. She look like she could low key pass for a light skin, like black. You know what I mean? She looked more black than Kamala, but look, she's not black at all, right?
I think I might have seen that shit before.
She tried to pull that shit too, but I don't think she tried to say she was black. But what she did is she went to an HBCU, and her mama went to an HBCU. Her mama full Filipino. You feel? I'm like, oh, this Kamala Harris. Yeah, that's 2.0. You know what I'm saying? You see how everybody could just do that? They could just put the black face on whenever they could just put it on, even though black has no skin. You know what I mean?
But look, man, this the game right now. Look here, man. Didn't they tell you a couple of years ago that they were going to gentrify the HBCUs? Did they tell you that? I mean, we just like gentrification just was on the block. No, we talking about all industry, man. Shit.
And look, and what's the name? Cut all that funding. They talk about they short. They was talking about some HBUs I seen earlier talking about they short funding and this and that and this and that. They short funding because what's the name? Cut it by billions. That's that simple. Joe Biden didn't he cut the funding?
Two HBCUs, man. A lot of these HBCUs are doing something that they never heard of. This is a college now. They are going to what? They're talking about, get this, Dawson. Listen to this now. Combining HBCUs, like some of them might be short. They talking about making the HBCU like connecting one HBCU to another. Like, how the hell that work? Like, I'm like, okay. I mean, I know high schools that do it, but come on, man. Whatever. We had some high school down there to do it. They merging them together. They trying to save them. We had St. Paul's College closed down here in Virginia in 2011. Some of my best friends went there. And, it's crazy. So HBCUs are closing back in Obama time. Matter of fact, some of them even becoming obsolete. I hate to tell you. Sorry. And some of them got more white folks than black folks. So it is what it is, man. I mean, tell you what they were going to do. But here we go. Frank, you told me about this earlier.
Shot at a CA train in Forest Park. Christine Flores live from the scene with more on what the police had to say just a few moments ago. Christine.
Good morning, Patrick. Yes, not too long ago, we heard from the police chief as well as the mayor of Forest Park, both of them telling us that they believe this was an isolated incident. They went on to say that the shooting happened on two different trains on the Blue Line that ended here at Forest Park. For now, service here is closed, and they did go on to say that this investigation is early on, so not too many details are known, but they did say that a person has been taken into custody, and that person is currently at the Forest Park Police Department. Forest Park police say they received a call just before 5:30 Monday morning for 3 people shot on the CTA Blue Line headed westbound. Once on scene, officers discovered a 4th shooting victim. 3 were pronounced dead on scene. A 4th person was taken to Loyola Medical Center in Maywood, where they were later pronounced dead. Forest Park police and CTA security were able to capture an offender description through surveillance video. Chicago police located a person matching the description on a CTA Pink Line train. The person was taken into custody and a firearm was recovered. Forest Park police detectives have taken over the investigation along with U.S. Suburban Major Crimes Task Force. Officials believe this is an isolated incident with no immediate threat to the community.
It's going to affect me. I know I'm not going to be commuting this far on the train.
Now, Frank, that was one. And they go the other one now.
What's the name of it? West Day Parade.
And notice, I want to point this out. Notice they showed the one in Chicago. Remember, they always got to show something happened in Chicago on Labor Day or any holiday, right?
Mandatory.
But now they're showing you a West Indian Day Parade. Who's running for office, people?
Westmore, right?
Hell no. Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, duh. Right. Well, duh.
They're going to start talking about Indian people.
Right.
Asian. They
Right.
might start doing that again. They got a sign right now in Chicago that somebody posted. My homegirl sent it to me. Actually, she's a grandmother. Great lady. Always send me stuff. Shout out to her. They got signs out there saying that black people hate no immigrants. Put it posted on a poster. And she said, what synagogue of Satan member did this? Yes. So they come back with the Asian hate bill on you one more time. See, they talking about this anti-immigrant behavior.
Damn. And then they got another. They had another so-called. Well, I don't even think they call it a mass shooting, but they had another shooting in another part of Colorado. I'm like, oh, so now we Hell's Angels in one part, and then okay, these motherfuckers. psyops, man.
This was in New York.
And don't forget the football player that got shot too.
Get to him next.
I want to get my degree done and get started on my career.
Earn your Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in just 2.5.
Ricky Pearsall has been released from the hospital. The rookie 49er was shot during an attempted robbery in Union Square. Tonight, the mayor says they've added even more cops in that area to make sure shoppers feel safe. Dawson is live at Union Square with the latest on Pearsall and the investigation. Daw?
Now, I want to be clear on this now. Before the video you can get going. They said this 17-year-old boy walked up and shot this football player. Notice they told you the boy was 17 years old. They put his age out there.
They kept saying it, man. They kept saying 17, bro. I peeped that. What was that all about?
Well,
trying to tell you he's a juvenile.
My thing is, how did he get the gun? And if California got all these strict gun laws, why would he go do that? Do we really know that was a 17-year-old?
I don't know.
And please don't tell me
he's going to be thinking about robbing.
And please don't tell me that there's an image of a 17-year-old black boy. They would love to eat this shit up.
Oh. And you notice they didn't say the race of him yet?
I do know that. I realized that too.
I was like, okay. So this might not be a black because they would have been put it out.
Whatever was a Hispanic or Indian. Just asking.
Right.
Right. We understand Pearsall is now recovering with his family and friends by his side. But this is where it happened, the shooting and attempted robbery right here in front of 77 Gary Street. In fact, some of the bullet holes are still on the wall behind me here. Now, the folks who worked on Pearsall say he is very lucky to be alive. Cell phone footage shows first responders walking football player Ricky Pearsall to an ambulance. The 49ers say he was shot in the chest. Pearsall's mother says a single bullet entered through the right side of his chest and exited out of his back, missing vital organs. He was bloody, but able to walk to the ambulance with help from officers.
I heard these loud shots, which I actually thought was firecrackers. I heard like maybe 4 or 5 shots.
Eric Egan works at a corner store about 50 feet away from the shooting. He saw Pearsall walking past his sunglass store earlier in the afternoon, and he saw Pearsall again when they walked past each other on the street. Eric says Pearsall was going back to his car from shopping at nearby stores.
I just noticed he had like a pretty nice watch on. I think it might have been like a Rolex or something like that.
He says shortly after that, he heard the gunshots. He believes the robber targeted Pearsall because of the expensive-looking watch. Police say Pearsall was almost back at his car near this Tesla when a kid tried to rob him. San Francisco investigators say Pearsall fought with the suspect. They say the 17-year-old suspect likely did not know Pearsall is a 49er football player.
He was released from the hospital today, and I know everybody's been praying for his speedy recovery, and we are wishing him and his family well.
Our camera captured these 3 vehicles leaving SF General on Sunday afternoon. We're told Pearsall was with his family and friends as they were leaving in these cars.
It's really a very horrible event to happen to anybody, and especially, the 49ers is our beloved team. And so it kind of, puts a bit of a damper on all the incredible work that we've been doing here in the city. The city, we have one of the lowest violent crime rates of any major city in the country, and we've been making incredible gains around public safety. But when something like this happens, those numbers, that data, it doesn't matter. It's how people feel.
Mayor London Breed visited Union Square on Sunday afternoon. She thanked the officers who responded quickly and answered questions from business owners. The CEO of Union Square Alliance says officers have stepped up patrols since the shooting.
The police are here and they're coming. They're actually going to be tripling the enforcement for Union Square, as they should, because you know what? This is such an important, vital city center for our community to thrive.
Police arrested the 17-year-old suspect shortly after the shooting.
Police Union Square was
shot once by his own gun, possibly during the struggle with Pearsall. They say the boy was in stable condition.
I love this city, and I honestly think it's going to keep on going. You know, things are only going to get better.
Shot by your own gun. Did he shot? How did you shoot yourself?
Authorities are not releasing the suspect's name because of his age, so very little is known about him. He's 17 years old, from Tracy, and the district attorney will determine the charges either on Tuesday or Wednesday. By the way, I talked to a responding officer who says the first female officer to arrive at the scene actually used her hand to...
Notice that the boy name is Tracy. They did give the 17-year-old name. Notice that, by the way.
Stop the bleeding on Pearsall's chest. And at one point, he was saying that the female officer in Pearsall prayed briefly before the ambulance got here. And remarkable, the fact that he was shot in the chest and released within 24 hours from the hospital. A lot of folks are talking about Pearsall.
No, wait, whoa. That's what I'm saying. And then how was he walking?
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Didn't they walk him to the ambulance? Is that usually how that works?
What? When you get shot in the chest? No. You gonna keep him laying flat.
When you keep him laying
Come
down?
on. When you get shot in the chest, when most people get shot in the chest, 9 times out of 2, we putting a darn near chest tube in them. Because sometimes when they get shot in the chest, it punctures the lungs. And the lungs can either collapse. It's either you have a pneumothorax or a hemothorax. Pneumothorax, like the lung collapse, right? So we got to put a chest tube in to try to help the lung inflate, right? Again, or a hemothorax, he gets shot in the chest, the blood going to the lung. We got to get the blood out the lung so it don't fill up, right? 24 hours, you got shot in the chest and you out the hospital. Tell me where they do that at. Ain't no case I know when I worked at the counter with people getting shot in the chest or getting shot, period. So let me get this straight.
What kind of gun was it?
That's a good question too, but I ain't never known nobody get out of no hospital and no shot it. Where did he get shot in the chest at? Because 9 times out of 10 you gonna puncture that lung because it went through, right?
Right.
BJ.
They say, yeah, and they also say he'll be playing football again in 4 weeks. Yeah, out for 4 weeks.
Nah, now I'm like you and Frank. Was this a setup? Did we see the camera footage? Why we can't see camera footage?
I know it's on the streets, right? It was on the street, wasn't it?
Well, they said. I mean, the report I saw on the news, they had cameras everywhere.
And it's a nice area, supposedly. So I know it got cameras, right?
How you get shot in the chest? A gunshot wound? We never discharge nobody. Because first of all, you had to be put on antibiotics. Then they got to see if you got any lead up in your system. Come on. Then you gonna be in a whole lot of pain. You might get short of breath.
Hey man, they got it all.
Man, this. Oh my gosh.
I'd have been in the hospital longer than that for diarrhea, bro.
My point exactly, Shaq. My
Seriously,
point exactly.
no jokes allowed. Seriously.
No, I know. I believe you. I'm just saying. So you mean to tell me diarrhea is less severe than a gunshot wound?
Come on, man. These motherfuckers, well, I'm trying to tell you, man. Something ain't right.
Is this a Travis Kelce? Is this something that this is a thing now?
And you notice he was a 49er.
Wait a minute, Frank, stop right there. That's it. Because I just thought about it. That boy was the 31st pick of the draft. 31st, 31 and 13 in reverse. That number 13 again. Go figure it out.
Yeah. And he was on the 49ers.
Yeah, reverse it. Yep. 13. Yep. 31, 13. Dang.
49ers in the West End.
4 plus 9 is what? 13.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. But see, but my thing is, what's the motive? Okay, what kind of bill or something are they gonna put? What's the there has to be some kind of motive behind this. Like,
Well, the boy is 17 years old, they say his name is Tracy. Now, I
no,
never
he's
heard
from Tracy. No, he said he's from Tracy, California.
Oh, Tracy. Okay, got you.
But they said they didn't want to reveal his name. But see, that's bullshit because all types of incidences where they revealed Dylan Roof.
Any other time they putting our names on the TV screen, huh? Frank.
Roof 17? Wasn't Dylan Roof 17?
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
Come on, man. They picking, so we picking and choosing whose information we're gonna give out because they're minors and who's not. They got us again. So why are they not putting out his name? What's going on with that? Why are they keeping this? Because it's an actor. That's why. You gotta make sure.
Sound like that same thing happened in Chicago with that family on what was that, 4th of July?
Yeah, they killed the family. Damn, bro.
Yeah,
this is kind of something don't seem right about this story, man. I'm sorry, man. A lot of this shit just seems like some some crime bill. There's gonna be something that they're doing this for a reason, you know. You know what I'm saying? And then look,
I told you, it's a crime bill coming.
Man.
Yeah, Shaq been
crime bill
saying
coming, buddy.
Yeah, he been saying
white cops been getting killed. Who else been killed?
Right. You're right. That cop just got killed in Dallas, Texas. That ain't the only one that got shot.
That's some clever cats, man.
You got Trump saying law and order, and you got the Democrats saying defund the police. But
oh, you right. Oh, yeah, Shaq. God, dog. God, dog.
What's the division, though? They call them political division.
Well, let me play the video. It says warning distressing content. So let's just go ahead and play it. I mean, unfortunately.
Okay.
You better give it up for Fat Man Scoop right now. Dawson! Have to make some noise! Wait up! If you came to party, make some noise.
The midst of us. Now, Father, in the name of Jesus, I ask that you would see your presence here now, God. Father, I ask that you would make a way out of no way, Father. Father, you said that you are Alpha and Omega, God. Your word says in Isaiah 53:5 that with your stripes we are healed. Now, Father, we call.
What, man? Goddamn, man, praying.
Stop.
Shit.
Why would you do that? Okay.
Go ahead.
Stop the tape. No, I'm just saying stop the tape. You got it, though.
No, Shaq, go ahead. Because that's disrespectful to me for them to do that. But
Did nobody read the first aid?
Dang, Shaq, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, they look like the ambulance right there on this little light right here, but I can't tell what the hell.
They praying, but ain't nobody giving CPR. Ooh, wow. So what, they just slapping them in his face? Ain't nobody in that audience no CPR. Nobody on that stage no CPR. No defibrillator around. None of that. Okay.
Man,
boy, niggas. Oh Lord, I'm about to mess your stream up by say that. I was gonna say ends ain't that say teeth.
Right.
Hey, no, I see what you're saying. Dawson, that's weird, man. That's how that works.
That's how y'all do. Y'all start praying instead of doing life-saving measures.
Wow.
Excuse me. That CPR is there for a reason. But that tell you niggas. See, I'm like Chris Rock. It is a difference between niggas and black people. I'm just.
Now,
I bet you. Let me tell you how them Negroes is. I bet you they up there asking for their money back, y'all. I bet you. I bet you any kind of
hey,
money.
they
I
probably
bet you
is
any
doing
kind
it.
of money.
No,
I
that was a
bet
free
you
concert.
any kind of money.
That was a free concert. I can't hear the free concert. I'm gonna tell you that. They did say the concert was free, but
Okay.
here's
Okay.
the deal: some concerts that even free do have preferred seating. So the people who ask for preferred seating may have asked for their money back.
Okay.
Now,
Wow.
let me.
It wasn't free
They
parking.
up there praying and ain't nobody rendering first aid. Wow.
They're legally.
Crazy shit, ain't it, man? Hey, look, man.
Damn.
All right, Dawson.
Damn.
That's what you were talking to me about. Then I'm gonna play one last video, maybe two. Here you go, Dawson.
Okay.
There he is.
We begin here at 5 o'clock with breaking news. A crash in Milwaukee involving the motorcade of Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz.
Tim Walz was in Milwaukee speaking at Labor Fest at the Summerfest grounds. On his way to the lakefront from the airport, 3 vehicles in his motorcade were involved in a crash on I-794. Walz himself was not in the crash. One of the involved vehicles was a press van with local reporters, including 12 News political director Matt Smith and photographer Bob Palmer. And here's a map of where the crash happened. It was on I-794 between Layton and Howard Avenues.
We do have team coverage of Walz's visit. We begin with Matt, who's joining us live from the airport. Matt, neither you nor the photographer were hurt, but some people did suffer some minor injuries.
Deanna, we are okay, and thank you for that. Yeah, Governor Walz taking off here from the airport just within the last 15 minutes or so after that visit to the Summerfest grounds and really a chaotic start for the motorcade. Take a look at some of the video we captured in the immediate aftermath of this crash. This, as you mentioned, was on 794 northbound. We were just coming off the Layton exit headed toward the Summerfest grounds when this all happened. 3 vans involved, essentially a chain reaction crash. A staff van and 2 press vans. 1 member of the campaign staff was brought to Freighter with a broken arm. Other members of the press reported minor injuries on scene, paramedics arriving, and of course, local, state, and federal officials now
A broken
investigating
arm.
the front end of the motorcade, including Governor Walz, his wife, and Congresswoman Gwen Moore, were not impacted by the crash. They were able to make it to the
A
Summerfest
broken
grounds
arm?
ahead of us, and Governor Walz addressed this at the top of his speech. Take a listen.
Some of my staff and members of the press that were traveling up with us were involved in a traffic accident on the way here today. We've spoken with the staff. I'm relieved to say that with a few minor injuries, everybody's going to be okay. So, thank you.
These
President
people so
Biden
damn
and
fraud,
Vice
boy.
President Harris called
But they would do
to check in, and we
anything for
certainly
sympathy
appreciate
cry,
their
seem like,
concern.
bro.
And I want to express my sincere thanks to the U.S. Secret Service and all the local first responders for their quick reaction to help.
This is new video just in. The motorcade, Governor Walz making an unannounced stop to Freighter Hospital. Governor Walz getting out and going into Freighter to check on that campaign staffer with that broken arm. The motorcade then returning here to the airport within the last 15 minutes. It has departed. Deanna.
Matt, part of the investigation
Hold
will
on,
likely
hold on,
focus
hold on.
on
Stop this.
traffic on the interstate for that crash.
Stop it. How? This is a motorcade, right?
Uh-huh.
What was they doing? For somebody to get a broken arm, that ain't with the airbag deployed or something. Was he the driver? What? Was it the driver of one of the vehicles?
That's a good question.
Now, how hard was it?
I mean, because a broken arm in a car accident like that, that's a bad car accident if you got a broken arm in that one.
Minor injuries. He said minor injuries. There ain't no
There ain't no damn minor. You got a broken arm. Don't nobody get no broken arm, no fender bender. Bro. Stop it. Don't nobody get a broken arm and a fender bender, man. So obviously ain't no minor accident if somebody got a broken arm.
The night of a violent assault.
Now, you're right. That's kind of crazy. I will admit that is
But
very
look,
crazy.
what I wanted you to bring up too, and I noticed too when I was watching this earlier.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I was watching a little bit this earlier when they was yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, the Labor Fest, yep.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit. A couple of speakers came on before he came on, and it was like, let me see. Yeah, the black lady. I don't know who the hell she was. Then you had two other ones come on. They all had a fraudulent slip. Catch this, Dawson. They all kept saying, "Oh yes, this is blah 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 for the next president. Oh, I mean next vice president." They all three of them had the fraudulent slip on that when they speech. When they the three speakers. Like, how is that even possible?
I saw that what it popped up on Twitter as the vice president Democratic Waltz motorcade. That's why I was saying breaking news, but I didn't open it up. I just saw the headline and I'm like, vice president, what? Because at first I was thinking, okay, maybe it's Kamala, right? But then now you play the video with him. Why would they? You right, Shaq? That's kind of weird. Like
But
they
no,
know,
they
like
was saying they slipped was saying he was the president. They was like the president. Then they were like, oh, the vice president.
Oh.
Because this was a campaign for him in West. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least two of them I know back to back.
So he was only there in Milwaukee, Shaq?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Kamala came out. I don't think.
Okay. That's
I don't
interesting.
think.
Well, I heard recently, I don't know, they just saying something is going on with the Democratic Party because did I put that clip in the chat where Maxine Waters told Tavis Smiley on the radio show? Y'all might need to play that. Did you get it, BJ?
I knew. Yeah, I got it. I get to it.
That's very interesting what she said.
Oh yeah.
What's going on between
I
the?
think. I think Stephen A. had a great point. Did you hear Stephen A. commentary on what did you say?
No.
Kamala Harris, yeah, I heard. Yeah. He commented on Kamala Harris. He said that she said that he said she needed to get to work, basically. But this was
I think the media turning on her now because of that disaster interview with CNN. So I think some donors then dropped off or something. I don't know.
But right, because if you're saying you're campaigning for the president of the United States of America and you can't come out and speak, you're running from speaking from the public and debating and stuff like that. Whoa, what we saying? Is this the right candidate? What we doing? Why y'all hiding?
Shay, did you look at her body language? You good at body language. Did you see her body language on that interview? Did y'all see how she looked? That CNN interview and Tim Walsh did with that lady. Boy, she looked ragged out, like stressed out, like tired, she owns something. It's like she has anxiety. It's something. First of all, the lady is scared to fucking death. Like she's scared out of her wits. She shouldn't have even did that. She shouldn't have volunteered herself to do that.
And she was reading notes. There were light work questions and she read notes. You see her looking down at I don't know.
But she still couldn't answer a lot of the questions that the lady asked her.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play it. They say some U.S. Marines got attacked over there in Turkey, so go well. It's kind of like what the hell, right?
Assault of two Marines in Turkey, a mob captured on video holding one of the men and putting a sack over his head amid chants of Yankee go home. So let's bring in ABC's foreign correspondent James Longman. And James, what more are you learning about this attack?
Yeah, Mary, shocking video out of Turkey tonight. A US Marine attacked by a violent mob. You can see him here in plain clothes. The group grabs hold of him and they put a bag over his head. Another US Marine rushes in to try to save him. He is also attacked. All this happening on the street in Izmir, which is a city in the west of the country. These two men were on shore leave from the USS Wasp, which is stationed in the Aegean. 15 people have been arrested as a result. They're from the Turkish Youth Union, and they say they did this because they hold US personnel responsible for the war in Gaza. They say these men have the blood of Palestinians on their hands, although we should say this group has mounted similar attacks like this before. Tonight, Mary, I can tell you both these US Marines are safe, according to the US Embassy.
Well. Damn. Crazy stuff. Just putting it out there. That's what they say. Let's see. Here we go, Dawson. This is what you were talking about right here.
Have come out, lined up behind her. You mentioned 6 states. They've already pledged all their delegates. But Barack Obama curiously called for an open process. How did you read that comment from him?
I don't like it at all. He started out after some weeks ago saying that he was literally not capable of becoming the president and handling a debate. And they built the pressure and they did the organizing around getting others. And you would think at this time they would stand down and they would be satisfied that they have lost on the issue of an open convention. If they got somebody that they want to run against her, they've lost that battle already. It's not going to work.
So President Biden lines up behind Kamala Harris, endorses her. The Clinton.
Well. Interesting. Well, I mean, they don't believe in democracy, as they call it. That's what that means. All right. That's what that means. They don't believe in democracy. Now.
What you said, BJ?
That means they don't believe in democracy.
Cutting up. Oh, what do you mean? From the video where Maxine Waters speaking to Travis Mine?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, about what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now look at this. I want y'all to watch this.
Maxine Muddy Waters.
Yes, sir.
Now watch this. Here y'all go.
When are they gonna deem these people tyrannical?
With their dogs.
They're doing what the hell they want to do.
True, the secretary and I have worked together along.
No respect.
Now look at this. As guilty Trump faces citizen, Biden taps Chuck D as an ambassador. Yes, fight power. Oh, yes. No, I'm with the power.
What?
Chuck D.
What is that turning into?
Chuck D is working with the State Department in Lancome.
Agent, hip hop.
I know that he has the background and the capacity needed to, quite frankly, lead the State Department at a critical moment.
The busy Secretary of State dealing with the G7, Ukraine war, Middle East diplomacy, often reacting to problems. That's what diplomats have to do. But the State Department is now launching a more proactive project, building international dialogue through music diplomacy and appointing actual music ambassadors from jazz, rock, and hip hop to perform in other countries. You can see some of them here. Blinken announcing the Biden administration project on Monday.
What's that going to do?
Damn,
All of
nigga,
us are
damn.
here because we believe in the power of music to communicate and connect. Music has a unique power. Introducing others to our history, to our culture, creating ties that cross borders, and even our governments.
This is a big deal. Now, traditional diplomacy is just contact between governments. Public diplomacy, as they call it, is between different nations' entire populations, people to people. It can foster bonds between very different communities and populations, even if their respective governments are adversaries. Recently, the Kyiv Symphony Orchestra was pushing its ideas of peace and why it didn't think, according to many people in Ukraine, that those peoples in Ukraine and Russia should even be at war through a public concert. And it occurred as Russian soldiers advanced on Ukraine. Law that was backed by Congressmen Schiff, Lee, and Green, and that builds on past U.S. diplomacy programs that tried to share American music abroad. And the history here is actually pretty instructive. In the 1950s, Harlem Congressman Adam Clayton Powell Jr. argued that instead of just doing the traditional thing where they played European classical music, the United States, when it was abroad with various programs, should actually showcase its own creations, like jazz, and that could even bridge some of these tensions during the Cold War. Now check this out. This is pretty interesting. Here he is, that congressman with famed trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie in 1956.
We're going to
something that we were project.
Wasn't the segregation in 1956? Wasn't the
administration
segregation?
and his State Department using one of the largest platforms in the world. They partnered with YouTube for that announcement I just showed you from yesterday.
Look, so you can
YouTube
go
has
across the
over
world, but you
100
can't go
million
to a white
subscribers.
neighborhood.
Reaches literally billions more people around the world and provides free access to music. Something that Blinken knows about as a rock and roll fan who actually plays guitar on the job sometimes. He used this appearance in Ukraine to show solidarity by joining in a cover of Rockin' in the Free World, a nod to Neil Young's protest anthem, which tweaked both Soviet and U.S. policy. Now, those are many American examples, but
This is what I want people to understand. You got Chuck D working with State Department, Anthony Blinken and Janet Yellen. Dr. Lena already told you on his show on Tuesday that Biden has already signed the power of the presidency over to them. Okay, remember this: they are dual citizens, American and Israel. They are dual citizens. Janet Yellen, Anthony Blinken, State Department. Okay, so. They got Chuck D in there from Fight the Power to With the Power. Flavor Flav has actually been, I don't know where he's at, but what I'm saying is the article I sent y'all last week, how the CIA took over hip hop music.
Right. And look, this is how you know, look. So they're going to have them during segregation times go way to another across the motherfucking country to play for some white motherfuckers, right? When you can't even go across the street, you couldn't even go across town to be around other white American white people.
Hey man,
really?
Hey man, they got you again, man. Are you married?
So I'm gonna go wait. They go
damn, boy, that's cold blooded, boy.
In front of these white
that's
motherfuckers.
Cold blooded.
But then I can't be around
You
the white motherfuckers.
You talking about go across? You talking about go overseas? Some of them don't even speak English, huh?
All right, and now this is it.
Damn, boy, that's cold blooded.
This could be the grand finale right here. I said I'm gonna come to the HBCUs last. Oh yes, because they are fighting to make up for funding.
Education. For decades, Black land grant institutions have received less funding than predominantly white schools, leaving faculty and students to fill in the gap. The Washington Post reported that more than $12 billion is in the deficit of lost funds. Tennessee State University is one of many schools fighting to gain what is owed.
Wait a minute. What person went to Tennessee State? Do you know who went to Tennessee State? Come on, you saw her talking.
You said who went to Tennessee State?
Come on. You know she talked at the DNC convention. Dawson, who went to Tennessee State University? They said they got a deficit funding. You know it very well.
She had what kind?
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey went to Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Why are they deficit in funding? That's all I need to know. I don't need to know shit else. That's all I need to know. Why they deficit funding?
Why couldn't she?
Well, did y'all see the post? She donated $150 million to Kamala campaign.
Damn, what the fuck? She need 150. What is 150 million gonna
Go
get you?
look at Angela Stan King.
What?
It's
How many
on
buttons
Angela
and
Stan
stickers?
King IG. Yeah. Because they did a comparison talking about she begging. She was, remember y'all, it said, y'all remember Oprah was begging for donations for Maui, but she gave $150 million to Kamala campaign. It's on Angela Stan King thing.
Bro, what is she?
So why
What do
you can't get into that school?
What do you get with that though? What comes with the $150 million worth of campaign money, bro? Like more buses, more stickers, buttons, posters, motherfucking what the fuck? Dinners, $50,000 dinners and shit, plate dinners. What the fuck?
Let me let the clowns talk. They're gonna tell us something that they said they asking for more money. Here we go again with the nonsense right for election.
We made a campus visit last spring to find out what's being done.
Coming home weekend at Tennessee State University.
Love that TSU has made it through so many generations.
A chance for proud alum to mix it up with current students about their common TSU Tiger experience. Both the good and bad of having to do more with less.
There were times when we may not have had running water. There was times we didn't have heat.
As a professor in the music department, I'm still playing on instruments that's been here since 1962 that are older than me.
The culprit, debt. $2.1 billion of it. Money the Biden administration says the state of Tennessee owes the university.
It's more than that, though. That's only half of it.
Tennessee State first woman president, Dr. Glenda Glover, was at the helm of the discovery.
When did you realize that TSU wasn't getting the funding it should?
The CFO and I were going through the financial statements, and I kept noticing this line that said transfer.
Transfer meaning?
So that was the question. So transfer, what are we transferring? And her response was, that's the funding that we're not receiving from the state.
There's a long history. Funding of public land-grant colleges began during the Civil War with the Morrill Land Act of 1862. It provided resources for every state to set up public institutions with a focus on agricultural resources in education. But Black students were rarely admitted. So in 1890, the federal government gave states two options: accept Black students or fund a separate school for them. Most Southern states chose the latter. By law, they were supposed to equitably distribute what the feds paid out by a 1-to-1 ratio. But according to Tennessee's own budget records, the state didn't do that for more than 100 years.
Here are budget books in here from 1957 to 2020.
Representative and TSU alum Dr. Harold Love Jr. now chairs the committee investigating where the money went.
So you look at UT's funding here. You see UT Ag, UT Ag. Tennessee State, no land grant funding.
So no funding.
Not even in the budget.
His father, Representative Harold Love Sr., raised the issue back in 1970 and authored a report he sent to state lawmakers.
Why would they shelve this information?
I think you're talking about systems where people put money in the budget, the next group of bureaucrats carry out that work, and you go into decades and decades and decades of this.
Well, let's talk about the people in charge now.
Sure. The initial response from most people down here was that the underfunding did not happen. But we said, no, Tennessee State is different. There's a federal law that requires that we be funded in an equitable and just manner. We're like UT. We're supposed to get land grant matching funds.
President Glover says the university did receive funding, just never a full match.
So my first response was, why don't we compared to the other land grant university to see how they're faring with their match.
You raised the issue.
Yes.
One example, in 2015, the state owed UT Knoxville, a predominantly white college, less than $16 million, but paid out $58.9 million, nearly 4 times more. In comparison, TSU should have received $6.5 million, but only got $5.7 million. In 2023, the Department of Education released a 30-year study confirming nearly $13 billion is owed to land grant HBCUs across the country.
Let's acknowledge that.
All right. So I just want y'all to get a grasp of why your HBCU struggling. And ain't that something that they owed all this money? Nobody talks about it. Nobody seems to care. I mean, even the Black Caucus ain't talking about it. I mean, what the hell is going on? God damn it.
Constitution is no
You know
more,
what I
man.
say? You know what I say?
Embezzlement.
No, I say fuck them. Because you didn't speak up and you let Trump get fried and then nobody speak up. You didn't speak the fuck up because I don't know why.
Shaq. I agree.
Fuck them.
I
You
agree.
get what you
Let them
deserve.
go
Didn't I
on
tell you?
under. Them Democrats finna let them go under.
Fuck 'em.
Go, BJ, go look up. You right, Shaq.
And I mean
BJ,
that to
go
the
look
bottom of my
up
heart.
how many HBCUs struggling or have closed under this administration. Remember, Kamala
Fuck 'em.
took the extra billions of dollars that Trump gave to HBCUs and gave it to the Ukrainian people. And what did she say? We have to get the money from somewhere.
And they still gonna vote Democrat.
Didn't they cut
Fuck 'em.
it?
That's
Didn't
what I'm
they
saying.
cut it down to $2 billion? Matter of fact, HBCU, it's like a newspaper or a group. They wrote a whole article on it. I can't think of it, but that's something to look up.
Like I said, it ain't on the college. It's on the federal and the state. That's not
Federal.
dispersing the money.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't. Let me take fucking back. Hold on. My bad.
Well,
Give me direct the fucking.
I'm like you,
Because
Shaq. They should have came out and helped support Trump and speak what he. You right. Oh well.
so who was the people in the state? Who was the state? Who was the people like you said? The CFO. Now you gonna hand this over to see how they do. I want to know who was the previous director, CFOs and stuff of the damn college, and who was the people in the city council who's supposed to be dispersing that money. That's embezzlement.
Good question.
Them motherfuckers
So
be locked the fuck up.
He's talking about that, but what are they going to do about it? I mean, he's saying this money is missing, but is it missing because it ain't coming from the federal to the state and the state ain't giving it to the university, or is this money missing because they cut their budget? The HBCU funding is only down to $2 billion. Now, how you going to disperse that amount of money over all the HBCUs for them to have equitable funding?
Well, here it is right here.
But remember, they say they have been going through this for 100 years ago. This.
Mm-hmm.
But see, look, and look. So is this black? I mean, how many chairmen of the boards on these HBCUs? Is this black people's fault, or is it the Democrats? Or I mean, because I know
it ain't like who you think, Frank. Because I go up there to TSU and they got a whole mixed race of people on them boards.
And see that's
it ain't majority of us, and they my friend of mine, matter of fact, he resigned from the board because he was trying to set up something like with trade and commerce between Africa. He was trying to set up little satellite TSU campuses. You know how like A&M got satellite campuses, UT, I'm just talking about Texas, but other universities, he was trying to do that. They bumped that down. They bumped up the connection he was trying to set up with Africa, you know, like trade, commerce. They rejected that. So he left. He said, man, everything I'm trying to do to improve this university. Matter of fact, he was so good at what he did. He had one of the debates or something at TSU. He brought a presidential debate to TSU. Look that up. He brought that to TSU. You know how much money that helped this university? They ain't like him out, man. I'm telling you, and it be our own people, man. Our own people.
Well, look right there. 91 colleges, and this ain't HBCU, this is in general. 91 colleges have closed or merged from 2016 to 2023. It's 91 colleges in general. Okay, look at this. 44% of them were religious that closed, and 56% had no religious affiliation.
Okay.
So, and this is a college or everything, but like, I mean, it's just basically saying that you're rolling down. HBCUs in their practice like targeting development pipelines, the AI improving the K-12 outcomes of African American students, and showing that they do graduate and coming to HBCUs, but HBCUs that still care about being dominant institutions. There's a roadmap they can follow. So this is interesting to show how all this stuff is closing down, and they're not even closing. Let me take that back. A lot of them are merging into like one big monopoly. It's a kind of monopoly. Don't forget. Let me say this before I get off here. Do not forget this. They using them for something. Didn't Bill Gates' wife donate a lot of money to him? Didn't Michael Bloomberg just give him $600 million or something like that? So they using them for something.
Somebody embezzling the money. Somebody embezzling the money, bro. Somebody cooking the book.
Jew boys, man. I mean, ain't no secret of who doing it, man. But it get help though. A lot of help. Now, Dawson, I just want to say that glad you came on here. Let me know about anything that you got going on in the Houston area or anyway, locally, nationally, whatever. What should we be aware of?
Well, we went to the debate that they had, everybody, these same old coons. So we went to that event trying to still get in Sheila Jackson Lee's seat, the same coons that done sold us out before, the gay coons, Sylvester Turners and Jarvis Johnson. But you know how we did, of course, we were disruptive and calling them out, right? And of course, you got the older people in the community that look like that tell us to try to shush us to be quiet. And like I told them, I'm not your kids and your husband. Don't tell me to shush. I don't even see how y'all listening to this. And we keep getting sold out. And then one lady, she was like, I wasn't trying to tell you to be. I said, what was you trying to do, ma'am? She said, look, I'm trying to do change. I won't change. I say, you can't do change. You got a Southeast Democratic shirt on your chest. How's that change for the community? I say, but you see my shirt say Creative Group Economics. This a community group. We have no party affiliation. So we watching that. Then I gotta see what's going on in the state legislature session that'll be coming up in 2025. Governor Abbott, the Harris County clerk, they're purging the voter rolls for people who've been voting dead votes. Okay. That's how Sheila Jackson Lee kept her seat. Because a lot of these people, we've been dead for years and they still be voting. So Texas has purged over almost like 1.5 million of those rolls, which by law, they're supposed to be purged every year. And then they also looking at people who've been voting and they moved to either a different address in the city or they moved to a different state. And so that won't come up when they go vote and they say, I've already voted, but somebody has actually have already used their vote. So they're trying to clear that up and they sending letters out because they always say, Governor Abbott, because like a state rep and one of the city council, like Governor Abbott is trying to take our way to vote. First of all, it was the sister of the Harris County clerk. She a sister, Tanisha husband. She's over the election. She started that process. That's just her doing that with the state and the governor. I mean, the Secretary of State and the governor. you know, but you know how it is. Governor Abbott want to take endorsement for it, but it's really a collection of all of them doing it together, and they want to attack him, right? Also, they busting up a lot of these illegals. They arresting them and busting up a lot of these big old gang affiliates. They busting up a lot of this child sex trafficking. I told Frank or Chak about the I don't know, y'all saw they bust the Lowe's Lowe's box truck.
Damn, I
And
see
the
this shit.
lady, did you see that, Frank?
Seen
Yeah.
that.
So they
Wow.
got a big task force doing that. But what the headache is, they're catching a lot of these criminals because the DOJ and these federal judges is kind of trying to release them out again. So it's a battle between that as well as the SB4 law. So it's just a lot going on in Texas in general, and just proud of our state. Is gun packing towing states, and we don't have to even have a concealed handgun license anymore. Even though I still get mine renewed because I like to do the
Ex-
training, but
Excuse
That's
me
right.
for my ignorance.
That's right. We don't need licenses no more, huh? I seen that.
yeah, in Texas, nah, that was passed in, I want to say 2023, but I think it's the 2021 legislative session because we have them every 2 years, but it's every odd year. Like we'll have the next one in 2025, and I think I gotta tell Dry Bones about what they're doing about the protect our meat, like the beef and maybe this lab grown meat. So I'll keep y'all posted on the policies coming down. Some of the main ones we need to look at. Oh, I'm sure they're gonna pass school choice this go around too.
Well, I just want
What
to
does
say,
SB stand for?
Oh, Senate bill.
Senate bill. Oh shit, my bad.
Senate bill.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you got it right.
But just want to say, well, if you want to catch her alive, you can get her at Shaniqua, Dawson. She putting up some good stuff. If you can get past the buffer for about 10 minutes, you might be all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off Facebook. I'm gonna have to look for another route. I can't even go live on Insta BITCH. So they won't even let me go live on there. They took my whole page down for like 3 months because I posted a photo of Gay Bomber with a foreign ID. And that was back in June 2023. So I might have to go on Twitter, Rumble, because I don't even want to fool with BITCH too. So
Hey, look, I'm just glad that somebody getting all this information.
well, I'm going to the bank. Zuckerberg just admitted that Facebook, Meta or Beta, was blocking people and censoring people. So I'm ready to cash my check.
Yeah,
and by the way, if Facebook use your data and you live in the state of Texas, Facebook, insurance companies, anybody, you could definitely sue them because Texas, shout out to our AG Ken Braxton, just won the biggest lawsuit against these social media companies for that. And hopefully come around again with the censorship too. Because what states need to do is deplatform Facebook from being used in the states or and then they'll get their act together.
Right.
Because I think that's what's going to have to happen with the censorship. I think states are going to have to say, hey, if you censoring information, then you can't use the platform here.
That's interesting. All right. Well, hey, that's a good strategy. Chak, what you got, man? Chak, you hear me? Well, Frank, what you got? I come back. I circle back in a random block.
Shit, man, that's real, man. Yeah, it's a lot of interesting information that we covered today, man. It ain't gonna stop, man. Unfortunately, you got the bullshit with these pastors, preachers, and politicians, man. The 3 Ps, you know what I'm saying? That's going, and they all asking for donations.
Real PPP loan.
Yeah, they asking for money, man. So that was a good one, BJ. But those are the real people that are after us at the end of the day. They're really fulfilling the agenda of the government. That's
Ain't
all
good
I'm
when you loan them your money and they got them putting it in the bank on Monday.
saying. And just like they had the propaganda, they had the propaganda. What's the name? The music in other countries or something to combat war or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all just propaganda, man. It's all symbolism at the end of the day. I'm sorry, but music is not going to stop politics, bro. It's just a fact. You know what I mean? And all these wars are political, man. You know what I mean? They're making it like that. They cause the problem reaction solution in these certain countries, and then they want America is supposed to be the good guy, go over there, the peacekeeper, and clean it up. When America is actually making a damn problem or instigating a problem. That's all it is. It's that simple. You see what I'm saying? These people are full of shit. And we see that they let these migrants, immigrants, illegals, whatever. They're letting them. You just come over here because I think now I think about it, I think the government is helping out. Big government. I mean, because if you think about it, they're helping them get over here. So why wouldn't they help them? Oh, while they're over here, stage certain things and create certain narratives so that they can get more bills passed, so that more immigrants could come over here. It's just a chain reaction, man. They're using these people as a psychological like weapons and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all political football at the end of the day. So we need but the more of us, the more we spread this out, the more people will know this shit, man. They'll get hit with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the more people sleep, the more people stay sheep, baby. That's it.
Right.
So yeah, y'all can hit me up, man. XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube and then also Instagram, and then Frank Jones 8115 on Instagram. Check me out.
All right.
Salute. You know what I mean?
All right, Shaq, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't got nothing for him. I'll say fuck him. That's my new motto. My new motto. I think. Yeah, my new motto. Yeah, my new motto from I think I might start a campaign. Posted down on my timeline. I just every day. I think I might just post fuck
Say
him.
fuck him. Yeah, that's okay, man. It's okay.
Okay. Just say fuck him.
Hey, look. Hey, it's okay, man. Hey, that's what my cousin told my nephew last night. What the hell you worry about? Fuck these people. I just know what he said. Hey, look, that's a good day, man. Yeah, he was in here. You know, he was there. Yeah, he was over here last night, and they were talking and stuff. That was very interesting. Yeah, well, just shout out your information there. You know, and then we just had a campaign. Okay, fuck them. Okay, that's a campaign. Okay, fine. Well,
yeah, that's a campaign. Fuck them.
Okay. Hey, look, might have to get a shirt of that. Send me shirt.
Damn right, we gonna have to get a shirt.
Send me a shirt
and a cap.
Shirt and a brochure. Yeah, I got King BJ caps in here and shirts, so I might need a fucking cap and shirt. Fuck who? Hey, look. Hey, look, man.
That's how they feel about us, right?
Wait a minute, man. Only thing I can't do, Shaq, I'm not allowed to wear I'm not allowed to wear these fuck up shirts wear AKs. You know, they might take my shirt off, burn it, and throw it in the incinerator or something. Matter of fact, they may want to throw me in the incinerator next. I keep talking about these AKs. But I'm gonna tell you something. Just being real. I don't know, man. Lizzo done lost a lot of weight now. She trying to get in shape. These AKs might need to follow what all playing Lizzo got going on. I'm just saying, man. Because what the hell is going on right here? Lizzo look like she'll drop about 60 pounds, man. Hey, look. I guess.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You got new bikini pictures of and shit. But, hey, nevertheless.
Bikini pictures.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man.
Right.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I will say this. I do want you to have a good night. I'm trying to come back on the bar because there come a lot of these little things going on, and I got to get some more information. Dawson, I'm gonna remind you, I gotta get some more information on that Wells Fargo thing. I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. People watch your surroundings. People are dropping around you, and just like Wells Fargo, we do not know what they're happening at all. But that woman could be poison. That could have been anything. But if you are in an area and you don't know one of your coworkers is dead 4 years. I mean, 4 days, my bad. That's a bit long. That's way too long. But 4 days, you are really, really, something's going on. You're not right. And I think even that whole office need to be charged for that bullshit. Okay. They ain't no getting around it. Everybody need to be charged or held liable because that ain't right. Ain't no way you, and they said, we looked it on, we thought it was a bad plumbing smell. Don't you know what bad plumbing smell like, man? Are you got stupid, man? So damn raggedy excuse.
I could see a dead animal or something if they say
But
that.
hey, man, people dropping. We're getting into flu season. You know, I had a woman tell me, two of them actually tell me, you know, man, you know, they trying to tell the student, you know, get your flu shots to go to school and stuff. I say, tell them. I was like Chak on this one. Fuck them. What are you to tell me what to do? But nevertheless, that's how we got to handle it. But y'all take your time. Have a great night. I'll try to get back on here tomorrow.
All right, later.
All right, take your time.